It's time to go!
Hello everyone and welcome to Claude and the Banstas. This is a live watch along for the UFC. A load of people asked if we was going to do one today in the chat when we were at the live watch along of the German game. And so here we are. We're live and we've got Stan the man with us. Stan, how you doing, mate? You okay?
Yeah, I'm doing all right, Tel. Looking forward to this. Enjoyed the last one.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, Glenn said he might join us once he puts his boy to bed. So he will hopefully be joining us on the stream. Let's say hello to everyone who's in the chat already. We've got Gio. He said, let's go. ImaGooner back again. Would you like to pronounce that one, Stan?
Who was that? Baku again.
I don't know what the name is. What's the name?
Yeah, no, hang on that one.
Thank you very much for coming into the chat. Thank you, we appreciate it. One Arsene Wenger said, "Good evening, folks." Gio, Arsene Wenger, big up. Who else we got? One Arsene Wenger said, "Big up, Melina. Big up, everyone, Melina. How you doing?" Thank you for the message, Claude. Really appreciate it, Melina, and thank you for all the work you do in our chat for us. Really appreciate it. Jake said 2 a.m. in UK. Don't think I'll last long. Jake, we've got to, mate. You got to see out the ride with us, mate. Come on, you can do it. Archie Terry looks how I feel. Definitely, mate. Gio, what's good? Terry, thanks for always bringing the content. Gio, thanks, mate. Thank you very much for supporting us all the way through. Everyone in the chat and all. James, yeah, a bit late. The Punk Rocker 44, I've not seen you in our chat before. Welcome, mate. Hope you enjoy. Evening, guys. Hope you're well. Omar, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. We said morning, lads. And one Arsene Wenger, I've got to ask Glenn about James Dolan. Definitely. As soon as he comes on, mate, we'll ask. Do you know about him, Stan?
Who's James Dolan then?
He's the apparently the NY Knicks chairman or owner.
What's he done?
Apparently he's not a nice guy, and he's taken them the wrong way over the last 20 years, and he just wanted to get his opinion of him.
So yeah, the Knicks, we're talking, is that that's baseball now, right?
No, it's basketball.
Oh, is it?
Begin with B.
Right.
Begin with B, Stan. Omar, boxing ain't my cup of tea, but I will stick around for a bit. It's a bit different than boxing, Omar. It's UFC, so you get battered in this one. If you haven't seen it before, it's good, isn't it, Stan?
Yeah. I just wondered if there's anyone in the chat box that's actually watching the fights as well.
If
you're watching along with the actual fight. Yeah,
definitely, mate. Well, just to quickly get up what's already happened in the UFC. Let's get it up, Stan. And we can go through it.
Oh, look, one Arsene Wenger's from Norway. I've been to Norway. It's a lovely country, by the way.
All right, let's go through this, Stan. We've got this has already happened tonight in the prelim rounds. You had Chris Gutierrez versus Vince Morales. Chris won in the second round on 4 minutes 29 with a KO and technical knockout. Luis Smolka versus Casey Kennedy, and Casey won in the first round in 3 minutes by submission. Well done, Casey. Tim Elliott versus Brandon Royval, and Brandon won in the second round, 3 minutes 19 with a submission. Jamal Hill versus Klidson. Jamal won in the first round with a technical knockout. Daniel Rodriguez versus Gabriel Green, and Daniel Rodriguez won on a decision. That went to the judges' decision. And then we had the final of the prelim rounds of Caitlin Chukagan versus Antonia, and that went to a decision and all, and Caitlin won. Obviously, we've got the main card coming up, and these are the fights we will be watching, Stan. We've got Mackenzie Dern versus Anna Seifs. Let's get the stats up. Mackenzie has had 1-7 and lost 1. Anna's 1-10 and lost 4. They're both fighting out United States. Mackenzie's got a little bit of a height difference, 3 inches. She weighs a bit more. She's got 123 pounds to 115. And basically more or less the same in reach, 1 inch in reach, and a couple of inches on the leg reach. So looking at that, Stan, who are you going for, mate? And everyone in the comments, let us know.
I think Mackenzie Dern for me.
Mackenzie, you going for Mackenzie? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you must admit she does look a bit more athletic. She looks in good form there. I'm going to have to go with Mackenzie and all, to be honest with you.
I'm just looking at the picture. Hannah looks like she can't be asked a little bit. You know what I mean? She's a bit slouchy. She doesn't look like she really wants to be there.
No, I totally agree with you, mate. Archie says, I like Mackenzie, but not there yet. Sammy says, Terry sounds so tired, you might need a coffee, mate. I've got some black currant, mate. Don't worry. My voice has gone after the Bayam 5-0 this afternoon. That was a good game, to be fair. But,
missed that.
No, it was a good game. Good game, Stan. Good game. And Bayam now 10 points clear at the moment with 6 games to go. I think they're 12 goal difference. So, I mean, really, it's Bayam.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? One Arsenal Wenger said, Anna low-key looks like the woman from Money Heist. Oh. Okay, I'll take your word for it because I haven't seen that. Have you, Stan?
No, but it's on my list. My mum's been watching it, and a lot of my friends have, and they've all been telling me that it's worth a look. So I'm going to try it this weekend, actually. Excellent.
Right, let's see who else we've got. That's the first fight we'll be watching. Where is it gone? Fight card.
So, Terry, you watch a lot of this UFC. Do you know of a female called Shayna Baszler?
I have heard of her. I can't place her off the top of my head. Why is that then, mate?
She's another one of these that's come over to like the WWE, the wrestling. She's doing that now, but they keep mentioning that she used to do this. And I just wondered whether she was any good.
I can't place her off the top of my head, mate. I'd have to have a quick look at her, see who it is, and then I'll come back to you on that one. James says, going on picks, Mackenzie will win easily. I think that's why we picked her, mate. Hello, Delwyn Jones. How you doing, mate? Good to see you in the chat. He said, hello, Terry and Stan. Hope you two are okay. Happy birthday late to your dog, Terry. Thank you very much, Delwyn.
Your dog birthday, is it, Tel?
It was yesterday, but bloody hell, Claude, he sent me over a nice little birthday gift for and he thought it was for my actual son because I thought it's my son's birthday. So he sent me over a little gift and I got my dog something. But yeah, I'll get you the picture up to you, mate. For everyone that don't know.
You got a couple of dogs, right?
Yeah, I've got 2, a boy and a girl. But this is my boy's. He was 5 yesterday, so thank you very much, Derwin. He's got his little hat on and his tie on, so he enjoyed it. He had a load of chicken wings and a big feast and that, so he loved it, mate. Chadwick said, the lovely lady on the left has a smoking body. Damn. Well, Chadwick, you know, she has. She's on the screen now. She's got a nice body, mate. Jamie said, hi, everyone. How you doing, Jamie? Hope you're well. Right. The fight after that we've got here is Roosevelt Roberts versus Brock Weaver. Roosevelt is 9-1, 9 wins and 1 loss, and Brock is 14 wins and 4 losses, both fighting at the United States. Rosenfeld's got 2 inches in height, both weighed in 155 pounds, both got the same reach and both leg reach. So going by that one, that's a tight fight there. Stanley, would you go for there, mate?
Well, I mean, I'm just looking at the pictures, right? And Brock Weaver doesn't look like he wants to be messed about with at all. The other guy's quite lean, isn't he? Roosevelt's he's very lean. The other guy's got a bit more to him. I'm going for Brock Weaver.
Yeah, I think we're. He does look a bit different. We're waiting for the next fight then, because this one's just about to start. No fans again in the audience, obviously, because of the coronavirus. And they're just about to start. She looks like she's got something about her. What's her name? Sorry,
Mackenzie.
Chifers. She not like her picture. Sammy says Wagwan Molina. What channel? It's on ESPN or BBC Sport 1. It's on. This is a UFC owned arena, costs like 100 million. Wow. They got straight into it, these girls. Oh, good knee there by Chavez. She's got Dean up against the cage.
Oof.
Just so that everyone know that we are live on OpMic. So if you go and download the OpMic app from Apple Store or Google Play Store, download the app, enter our code CBS301. That will sign you up to our channel. It's all free, doesn't cost anything, and then you'll be able to sync up your phone with the TV or laptop, wherever you're watching us on, and you can get Claude and the Bansta's commentary instead of UFC's commentary or BT's commentary or Sky Sports commentary. And then while you're there, everyone, go and sign up. You can then sign up to, not sign up, but just go and follow Anfield Agenda, Craig and Connor, and great channel, and they helped us out quite a lot. So, and we'll be getting Craig on quite often on this channel. They're Liverpool supporters, obviously, but brilliant channel too. So everyone go and download OpMic, and then obviously, please, just keep liking and sharing our videos, and don't forget to subscribe. That will help drive our channel and keep us going upwards. Oh, that's a good kick there. Oh, it's been taken to the floor. Nope, straight back up. Oh, good punch. Good right-hand punch. Dern's in a bit of trouble here.
Yeah, she is, isn't she? Cyphers looks
oh,
like
no, she's going for a leg bar. She's going for a leg bar. She's got the leg bar. Oh, she's got the leg bar. Yep, she's tapped out. She's won. Chivers has won.
It's not quite finished here. Yeah.
Won by a leg bar. She got thrown to the floor, but she got the leg and absolutely yanked on that ankle.
Yeah, she's in trouble. Yeah, got her in the leg bar. That's it. It's over, isn't it? That's over.
Yep, over and done. Just see the replay here. She's on the floor. She grabbed the ankle. Grabs the knee. Grabs the knee, then the ankle.
Turn that around, because I thought she looked a bit in trouble, didn't you?
Look at that. Look. You can see. Oh, look. Oh, she's bent it the other way, her knee. That's a good leg bar there. Nothing she could do. Nothing she could do whatsoever. Absolutely bent her knee back the wrong way.
She turned that around, didn't she? Because I thought she looked a little bit in trouble.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. She was. She was the one who was taken down to the floor.
Yeah.
Gio has given us a super chat here. Thank you for your contribution, Gio. James Doolan is worst owner ever. He has invited Knicks legends like Charles Oakley and has them arrested. Lower tickets is $400 for a losing team. Wow. Why is he getting people arrested? What for what reason?
Do you watch any basketball, Terry?
Yeah, I watch it. I mean, my team is obviously the LA Lakers.
Yeah? Why do you like them?
I've just always liked them since I was a kid. Obviously, I liked
Is that who was a big player that played for them?
Yeah, what's it? I can't-
Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaka O'Neal, the one who just died recently. What's his name?
Kobe.
Yeah, Kobe Bryant played for him all his life.
Right.
He was a fantastic player. And I've also been lucky enough when I was in LA to go and watch a match. So it was, what an atmosphere! Anyone that hasn't gone and seen a basketball match, whenever you go to America, you know what I mean, just go to a big match. It's fantastic. The atmosphere in the crowd, it's just brilliant. LeBron James, he's a fantastic player, absolute player, and he was lucky enough to see him and all play. He was fantastic. I've actually got. I'd have to get the footage up. I've got it all on my phone and that.
Have you seen any of that documentary about Michael Jordan, The Last Dance? I watched it. It was fantastic, Terry.
Not yet. No, not yet.
I don't really watch much basketball. I've seen the odd game now and again. I was abroad once in South America when they were doing the World Series, whatever they call it, the 7 games. It was Utah Jazz against the Bulls. I remember that. But this documentary, it's so interesting. I couldn't stop watching it.
Yeah, no, everyone keeps bigging it up, and I've definitely got to get round to doing it, mate. Watching it. Gio said he's arrested Charles Oakley because he said that the team has been going in the wrong direction for years. How can you get arrested for that?
Why that? Xhaka should be put in a cell and have the key thrown away then.
One after one go. I heard James Dolan fell out with long-time Knicks fan Spike Lee. That's like Cronky's disrespecting Ty. I love that one, mate. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. LA Lakers was the team. They're doing fantastic this year. Absolutely fantastic. Brad, where is Claude? Unfortunately, at the moment, he's probably asleep. Brad. Archie says, basketball so close to action for fans. Yeah, it really is. Joe says, so lucky, Terry. Hope to one day. Honestly, mate, if you can, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And they do a lot of interaction with the crowd and all at basketball matches. You know what I mean? You get a lot of people where they dance in the crowd and all that, and they put you on the live screen, and they have dance offs, and it's just so much going on.
They have like the mascots doing huge dunks and that, don't they?
Yeah. Obviously you got in halftime entertainment. You have the girls come on and dance, and Derwin Jones said, Terry, have you lost your voice, or is it just me? No, it is going, mate. Unfortunately, I will try my best. Jake, where's Glenn? Hopefully, Glenn will be joining us, mate. He's just got to put his boy to sleep. Once he goes to sleep, he'll be joining us, mate. So hopefully, it won't be too long. James said, who's the best out of Jordan, James, and Brian? Oh, that's a great question, James.
See, I don't know too much about James or Brian because I don't really follow basketball. But I tell you what, that Michael Jordan, the guy is such a superb athlete, and he would look for reasons to beat the guy on the other team. They might just say something to him and he would purposely take it the wrong way to fire himself up so that the next time they met, he'd have it in for him, and he'd always do it. Yeah.
No, Jordan was a phenomenal basketball player. James, he's fantastic. I really do. I mean, he's watching him live and actually watching him on TV is unbelievable. Do you know what I mean? What he does with the 3-pointers is brilliant. Do you know what I mean? But Kobe Bryant, I mean, when you look at his backstory, because normally in America, you have to go college first. You have to go and do your college, you know what I mean, university college. But he didn't. He's the only basketballer that didn't do that. He went straight in to the LA Lakers.
For what? From the streets? Or from playing in the streets kind of thing?
Well, no, from school. He did.
Right.
He was that good.
Like an apprentice academy kind of thing.
Yeah. They signed him up straight away, and he just had his whole career there. Right. Whole career at LA Lakers. Absolutely phenomenal he was, Kobe Bryant, and what he achieved and all. I mean, they've all achieved such great things, do you know what I mean? And but I just got a soft spot for Brian. So I mean, I would say he probably pits it over them two, but it's very close. I mean, like I said, they're all great players. Gio said, true, Spike Lee pays £250,000 and he kicked him out because he said he was using the wrong entrance, which Spike Lee has been using for 25 years. What is going on at this place? What is he doing, this geezer, Stan?
Sounds like car owner.
Unbelievable. Cheddar said, best atmosphere I've been to is the darts at Ali Pally. I've not actually been able to get to one. Look at this. I don't know if you can see it, the next fight.
No, I've got commercials on it.
Mean, man. He looks mean. But no, I mean, the atmosphere I've heard is absolutely brilliant there, Cheddars. Ali Pally on it, itself is a wonderful place. And especially with the darts. I mean, it's just what a great atmosphere anyway. I mean, I didn't even go to the place when it was at the Circus Tavern at Lakeside. But even then, I heard it was absolutely fantastic.
I've never been to one, but it does look fun. When I've seen it on the TV, they love a drink, don't they, at the darts?
Yeah. It's not only that, it's just non-stop sinning. Do you know what I mean, Stan? Even in the crowd, do you know what I mean? It's like you got one section over there, you got another section over there, and then you've got the centre bits where everyone sits. Do you know what I mean? And it's just non-stop, like football chants and, you know, just everything. It's just absolutely brilliant. And not only that, I mean, let's be honest, at the Ali Pally, it's Christmas time, so it's a great atmosphere and all. Do you know what I mean?
So speaking of live events, I know you've been to the boxing as well, but have you ever been to like Formula One?
I've never been Formula One. No, never been. No, have you?
No, me neither. I mean, I've been to quite a lot of WWE matches, right? Me and my missus, we don't take it seriously. Obviously, we just like to go through the crack. And just for entertainment, because the crowd really get into it, you know. We've had some good times at that, just having a laugh, and you can have a drink there as well.
Yeah.
But I think what I would like to do now that I'm living over in North America is I'd love to go to like a WrestleMania, you know, like the big one, the really, really big one, and then I'll knock it on the head. But boxing, I'd like to try as well.
Oh, boxing and all. Obviously, the biggest fight there was. You know, been lucky, really. You know what I mean? Obviously, I went Vegas in February. Lucky to get there, to be honest, with what was going on. You know, it was just you just heard about it, really, when we went Vegas, the virus and that. So we was quite lucky to get there and have the fight still go ahead. Do you know what I mean? And I was in the MGM. I actually stayed in the MGM. I can't tell you how good it was, Stan. Do you know what I mean? And like I said, it was such a relaxed atmosphere. Do you know what I mean? You had all the stars coming in, just walking around the hotel.
Who did you see?
Mike Tyson, we see. He was there. Do you know what? The best thing was is that even on the fight night, right? Like Deontay Wilder walked through the hotel, going to his dressing room. And obviously, you had I can't tell you the support that Tyson Fury had there. The amount of supporters that he had there was unbelievable, mate. It was like, I would say, it was like an own match. Do you know what I mean? It was like an own match. And as soon as Deontay Wilder come out the lift to walk through the hotel to go to his dressing room, all you had was everyone running behind him, going, "You big dosser, you big dosser." And I mean, honestly, there must have been like 500 people walking through.
That chant, it's almost like the modern version of Ali Boombaye.
Yeah. Exactly, mate. But honestly, it was just unbelievable. And to see that and be there and actually witness it was absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And I went to the live weigh-in and all. That was a great atmosphere in itself. And, you know what I mean? Just how many people was there just for the weigh-in was ridiculous. You know what I mean? It was just a ridiculous. And seeing Tyson Fury. But
where you actually sat, how far away or close are you to where the actual ring is? Did they have screens up so that, you know, if you're far away, you can see the screens? Yeah. Is it all like that, yeah?
Listen, I was right at the back. Right, I was right at the back. But don't forget, in America...
Is it really steep when you're looking down? It's like steep.
It is, but in America, you only have like 20,000-seater stadiums. Like it's in the MGM. There was only like 20,000 people there.
Oh, okay.
And so it weren't, even though we was at the back, it felt like we was like in really good seats still.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's not like being right at the top at the Emirates, for example.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it was, you could see everything. You had the big screens and all, but you could see everything. You could hear everything. Do you know what I mean? It was just, it was unbelievable atmosphere, and it was just electric. As soon as like they come out, and then you had all the songs going for Tyson Fury. Do you know what I mean? It was just, honestly, it was just electric, absolutely electric.
I'm looking at these two guys, and he's got like a full Indian headdress on.
That's what I just said. Yeah, that's what I mean. He's got a really weird gum shield.
Like, just to let you know at home, right? They're doing like, you know, like when they face each other, sort of post weigh-in, they're sort of trash talking each other, but they've both got COVID masks on, so you can't actually see what they're saying. You can see their heads wobbling, but they've got the mask on, and one of them's got like a full Indian like headdress on as well.
So actually, they could be saying "I love you" underneath their mask, but it looks like they're having a go at each other because they're saying, like,
I'm looking for a beer afterwards. Yeah, you know what
I mean. What we got here? Gio said, Terry, you should come to NBA Summer in July in Vegas, and you can meet the players. They walk around with no security. Oh, I'd love to. Yeah, I'd love to try that, mate. We're going back
next year. Guys in the chat box asking me who my favourite wrestler is, and I think I would probably, a couple have asked there. Gibbs, Archie has asked. One asked from Wenger. I think. I like quite a lot of them. I've watched it ever since I was, quite young. I used to watch it from the English, the Big Daddy, Giant Haystack.
And Giant Haystack.
Yeah, Saturday afternoons on the World of Sport.
Yeah, definitely, mate.
And I didn't even realise at the time that America had wrestling. I thought it was just an English thing, because obviously back then we only had it for like 3 TV channels, right? We used to get it on the World of Sport. And it was years later, I went around to pick up a girlfriend, and her little brother was in the front room watching this American wrestling. I'd never seen it before. So I started giving that a look. And I think, if I'm going to name one, I think I'm going to have to say Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, you're going for, I see.
I think he just had a good attitude. He used to make me laugh. He used to work really well with the crowd, good character. But when I was, before him, I would say that before him, because he was like a bit in the middle, I used to like the Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, I was going to say him just now. Just quickly, Jake said, what time's the main event? I think it's about 5 o'clock, Jake, English time, it'll be. We've got one Arsene Wenger said, Undertaker, Rey Mysterio. Yeah, he was a good one. Steven said, Stone Cold, Steve Austin. Jib said, Triple H. Taib, how you doing, mate? Thanks for coming back and getting in the chat. For me, I would say, look, I'm proper old school. Do you know what I mean? Warrior, Hulk Hogan. I mean, they was absolutely fantastic fights. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I don't know if I'm going to start listing a few of them of who I can remember. Do you remember Bad News Brian?
Yeah.
Jake the Snake?
Yeah. Yes, the snake was called Damien.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. Oh, Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Do you remember him?
Yeah.
Bloody hell, going well back now. That's what I mean. You know what I mean? I'm showing my age.
Yeah. Rick the Model Martel.
Oh, yes. Mr. Perfect.
Mr. Perfect. Yeah.
Mr. Perfect. Remember, I'll tell you what, someone said about the Royal Rumble. Where is it? Royal Rumble. Where someone's got. Oh, yeah. Jake said, Big Show in the Royal Rumbles and Mark Henry. They was good and all. But the best one I remember of the Royal Rumble was, do you remember the Bushwhackers?
Yeah.
And one of them come down, he come walking down, it took them about a minute, and then he got in the ring, and then he walked to one side to the other, and then he got chucked out, and then he just walked all the way back. He was out for about 5 minutes, and that was all he was doing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just so funny. I remember that one. That was brilliant.
Well, just for some of you guys in there talking about the wrestling, there's a show that's been on. It's the 2nd season now. It's called Dark Side of the Ring. And each episode, they look at something obviously really dark that's happened in the wrestling. And all of the episodes are on YouTube. And there was one episode about what's his name? From ECW, New Jack from ECW. Wow, man! I mean, I know a lot of people who don't watch it say it's fake, but some of these guys are actually, diving off the top of the balconies into the ring. setting the ring on fire and putting out tacks. And man, rather you than me, mate.
Right, just quickly, we can carry on talking about the wrestling, not a problem. But we've got the fight that's just about to happen. Roosevelt Roberts versus Brock Weaver. Roosevelt, it's all really tight in this one. 9 wins Roosevelt to 1 loss. Brook is 15 wins to 4 losses. Both fighting out of the United States. Roosevelt's got a 2-inch height difference. Both weighing the same. Both reaches the same, and both leg reaches the same. Who are you going for, Stan? Who is everyone in the chat going for?
I'm going for Brock Weaver. I mean, if you turn up with a big Indian headdress on, you got to be meaning up for business.
Yeah, I'm going for him and all too, Stan. We're agreeing this week, not like last time. Let's see how it goes. Herb Dean is our referee in this one. I've actually seen him fight Herb Dean. Not a great fighter. That's why he's a referee. Archie said Dusty Rhodes. Dusty Rhodes. Yeah, Dusty Rhodes. Oh, good start. Good start from Weaver. There's only like a 2-inch height difference, but it looks a lot more.
Right, they're just starting here at my end.
The Rock is my favourite, Delwyn Jones said. Roosevelt for me. Wrestling, Terry and Stan, my question. Where was your question? Oh, sorry, Stan and Terry, what was your earliest pay-per-view you watched?
First one I watched, it was the one with the Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan when he picks him up. And he got both. He got both of the belts, didn't he? He was the Intercontinental Champion, and Hogan. Yeah, that's the first one I ever watched.
I think that's about the same as mine. The first pay-per-view one I watched.
I'm not sure even what is that. Was that WrestleMania 3 or 4 or something like that? I can't remember which one.
3, to be honest, Stan.
Yeah.
Again, look, I've been very lucky in life at the moment. You know, when I was in Orlando, WrestleMania was there, so I actually went to there and all. I actually went to there when I was there. Like, obviously, every time I sort of book these holidays, these big events seem to book themselves and all. So I've got to go there. Do you know what I mean? It's never going to happen again. So when I was there, I think it was WrestleMania 35.
So who was in the card then? How long ago was this? How many years ago was that?
It was about 4 years ago. 4 years ago, I think. I will get it up after this match, and I will let you know.
4 years ago.
That was an American football open air stadium, Stan.
Right. Yeah. That's probably like Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, them kind of guys. 4 years ago, right?
Yeah. I would have. I so wish, like, you know what I mean, it was back in the day that I'd done that and see Hulk Hogan and the Warrior and all them fight. You know what I mean? Because I would have absolutely loved that. Oh, Kelly's in the ass. She said we watched WrestleMania 34. That was it. So 34. It was what an atmosphere that was, outdoors, in the Orlando heat. Me and my boy went because he's obviously a big wrestling fan when he was younger and all. Not my dog boy, my real boy. Do you know what I mean? I didn't take my dog all the way to Orlando.
You were on holiday, happened to be on, and you just picked up tickets.
No, that's what I mean. We booked the Orlando, and we went to all the theme parks while I was out there. But then while it was there, I was looking at any sport events that I can go to while I was there, and I see that WrestleMania was there, and I managed to get obviously 2 tickets for me and my boy, which was fantastic.
Oh yeah, nice.
33 it was. Sorry, not 35. 33. So yeah, while I was there, me and my boy went, and they had the. You know what I love about America? The best thing about America, what I love, before any sport event, they do the national anthem. Do you know what I mean? And everyone stands up, sings the national anthem, and as soon as that finished, they had 3 fighter jets literally fly over us.
Wow!
So you could just hear this. I didn't know that was going to happen. And all you heard was this noise. I'm thinking, what the bloody hell was that? And they had 3 fighter jets literally just fly over it. It was unbelievable. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And then obviously, it was light at first, and then when it got dark, you had all the fireworks and the light shows going off. I mean, the next time that we're on, I'll get it up for you, Stan, and we can have a look at them. The next time that we do a UFC one, which I think is next week, if you're interested, it's a big one, and I'll get it up.
Just to some of the guys there in the box talking about the wrestling, I think it was about maybe just before we got the lockdown and everything in, I think it was February. I went for an evening. It was a Q&A with Raven.
All right, yeah.
WWF, WCW, and ECW. But I have to admit, it wasn't. You know, sometimes I say you should never meet your heroes. It wasn't a very good evening, to be honest with you. It wasn't, you know.
Yeah. Sometimes it happens, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Yeah. James says, "Morning, guys. How you doing, James?" One Arsenal Wenger said, "Who was more exciting boxer in his prime, Mike Tyson or Manny Pacquiao?" For me personally, I mean Mike Tyson. Just as I say that, it's the first round is over here. It weren't too bad of a first round. Yeah, for me, Mike Tyson. I mean, he's just a phenomenal beast. I mean, he was so young when he come into the ring, and unfortunately, though, he's another one. I'd say a bit like he let the hype get to him sometimes. I mean, when he lost, I think it was Buster Douglas, wasn't it? I think he lost to. He was, if he would have kept his head in the game properly, he would have been even better than what he was, if you know what I mean. He let obviously stuff in his private life get to him sometimes, and
everybody wanted a piece of him, right? He got married to that bird, and her and her mum were into him for quite a lot. He changed his management team, which might have not been the best thing to have done, and he had Don King, didn't he, in his ear as well. I mean, what was the fight where he got knocked down and he was trying to pick up his gum shield off the floor? Do you know what I mean? And it looked more to me that he was trying to buy time because he just didn't want to be there. Do you know what I mean? It ain't Mike Tyson. Yeah,
exactly, mate. Exactly. I can't remember. I think that might have been the Douglas fight, actually.
The Douglas fight, right? Okay.
Second round has started here. Very tentative at the moment. Oh, that was a good knee by Roberts. He's trying to take him down. Weaver's got a bit of a battered face at the minute, but he's still trying to come back.
Back to get underway here for the second round.
Jives has said, "Terry, you are truly blessed. WrestleMania, going to see the Lakers, Wild and Fury to fight. What's next?" I don't know yet, mate. Like I said, I've just been very, very lucky and fortunate that every time I booked an holiday, these big events have taken place. And I've managed to get tickets. So I was supposed to be going Cape Verde in July next. It's nearly June now.
I've been there, Terry.
Have you?
Yeah, that was our last holiday. Me and the missus, Cape Verde. Oh. Yeah, we went there when we lived in Amsterdam. We went there. Really nice, mate. It was like what was the name of the place? Because there was there's a main place where we landed at.
Yeah,
and then we took off again to this little island.
All right, yeah,
where we went to. I can't remember what that was called.
Lovely, mate.
It was like this huge all-inclusive resort, and there was kind of like 3 of them along this beach. We was in the one in the middle. Really nice, really nice.
Rio, I think, or something like that. Rio, we're going to.
The name of the resort, yeah, RIU.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
that was the company that we went to.
Oh, excellent. That's where I was supposed to be going in July, but we've changed it now until next year.
Right.
Because obviously what the flights are going to be like.
All inclusive.
Yeah, all inclusive. Yeah, and there was a few of us. There's a few of us going actually. So, but we will still do it. Kelly, you're right. Thank you for reminding me. She said we watch Liddell and Ortiz, Chuck Liddell and T.O. Ortiz, UFC, great fighters, all the famers. We watched that while we was in LA too. At the Forum Theatre. Liddell wanted, Ortiz wanted his revenge, basically. That was the third fight of the trilogy, Stan, if you don't know. Chuck Liddell had beat Ortiz in the UFC twice, but this was in a different organisation, this fight. because obviously they're a little bit older now. And Tito Ortiz absolutely annihilated Chuck Liddell, unfortunately. The missus is a big fan of Tito Ortiz, and he got his own back. As I say that, Roberts has got Weaver on the floor here. He's going for the headlock.
It looks like our man's in trouble.
Oh, he's going for the headlock
our
here.
man's in trouble, isn't he?
Oh, he's got the no. He's pulled it out here, but he's getting battered here at the moment. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, about 6 punches to the head there. 3 punches. Weaver is getting battered here at the moment. He's trying to get the head bar again. He's got it in. He's got the neck choke, the rear neck choke. This is going to be all over, guys. He's not going to last. He's tapped. This fight is over. He's tapped that.
Yeah, he's got him in that headlock now. It's getting him in that. Yeah.
Great fight there. We got it wrong, Stan. Roberts won.
Yeah, he tapped. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I'm on the bit where he's giving him the 6 punches to the head. He's literally trying to ride him like a piggyback, and he's punching him in the head.
Yeah.
Now he's just put on the rear neck choke. That's it. It's all over Rover. Yeah.
Archie said Terry will book Conor McGregor's next big fight for sure. I'd love to, mate. That is, now you're talking, Archie. Now you're talking. Conor McGregor for me, I love him. I think he's a fantastic athlete. Yes.
Is he your man when it comes to UFC then, yeah?
He is at the moment, mate. He's definitely my man. He did lose his last fight to Khalid. What's that, mate?
Weight does he fight at, McGregor?
He fight. To be honest, here fighting anyway. He was the first. No, honestly, he's the first fighter in UFC history to hold 2 belts at 2 different weights.
Oh, right.
He was the first fighter, and he's fought in a different weight and all. And there's talk that he might be doing a fight with is it Silva or is it Anderson Silva or John Jones? I think it's one. I can't remember which one it is. What's this? Gio said, Terry, I need to send you a Khalib shirt. Listen, mate, you can do. Khalib is who defeated Conor McGregor in his last fight, Stan.
I know that guy. That's the guy that fights but Grizzly Bears, right? Yeah,
that's the one. He's the one. He is a fantastic fighter. Look, don't get me wrong. But like I said, for me, McGregor let the hype get to him last time. You know what I mean? I don't think his head was fully into it. He was believing the hype. He did. I don't think he trained that well for the fight. But this time, I know if he got the second fight again, Conor McGregor will try and do everything in his power to get it back. But the thing I like about him, Stan, 9 times out of 10 is that he talks a lot of trash talk. Do you know what I mean? And 9 times out of 10, it turns out what he says is right. Here, go and do. Do you know what I mean? So he backs up what he's going to say.
Yeah.
That's what I like about him. Do you know what I mean? The punk rocker 44. His last fight was Corona Terry. Yeah, that was. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it was. He had his comeback fight, and he absolutely annihilated him. So, Harry has been joining us tonight. I hope so, mate. I hope so. We've still got another couple of hours of the UFC. We've still got a few more fights. He said he wanted to join us, but he's just going to put his son to bed. And as soon as he does it, he'll join us, mate. Danny said McGregor's next fight rumoured to be against Usman. That's a good fight, mate. That's a great fight. Great fight. But I don't know why they just don't get it on now. Just, Khalid and Conor McGregor, just get it on. I'm sure everyone, let's be honest.
That's the money fight, right? That's what people want to see.
Exactly. I mean, there are a couple of other big fights and all, but let's go. Let's get it on, and let's actually see. Do you know what I mean? If
do they both want it, do they both want it, or is one of them kind of ducking it?
No, I don't think one of them's is ducking it. To be honest, I'd say that both of them ain't ducking it, but there was a couple of fights that should have happened before all this coronavirus happened, if you know what I mean, and they didn't happen. So I think there might be a couple of fights first, but Tony Ferguson, what we watched in our last fight, Stan, he lost the fight, so he was supposed to fight Khalid, and he got battered quite a bit. So I don't know if that fight's going to go ahead now. Because he who won that fight, he might get a chance at Khalid now before Conor McGregor. But you know what I mean? If Khalid beats Conor McGregor next time, it's 2-0. So that's it. You know what I mean? The story's over then. Do you know what I mean? Khalid is definitely the better fighter. But why not? Let's give it another go. Do you know what I mean?
But it works on a ranking system, I'd imagine, right?
Yeah, it does. It does. But I mean, listen, let's be honest, right? I don't care what anyone says. UFC is massive now because of Conor McGregor. He sold out arenas all around the world. You know what I mean? UFC was big, don't get me wrong, but he's made UFC even bigger. He's made it even bigger.
Yeah.
Kareem said, Conor on his day is unbelievable. Bobby said, Conor talks the talk, can't walk the walk. Khalid is the king. Look, you know what I mean? It's a bit like Marmite, if you know what I mean, Stan. You either like him or you hate him. Do you know what I mean? Archie said, Khalid time.
I'm not a McGregor fan, by the way. I'm not a McGregor fan.
Yeah, no, listen, that's what I said. It's either Marmite. Do you know what I mean? You either really like him or you don't. Jib said, thoughts, Khalid and Ferguson, who would win, guys? To be honest, I thought Ferguson, before last fight, would have given him a good fight. But after seeing the last fight, I think Khalid would slaughter him all day long. So that would be my prediction. I don't know about you, Stan.
I don't know Ferguson.
He was the one we watched last time.
The winner?
No, the loser. He got beat up.
The one that got done by Overeem?
No. Oh, that was the one before that.
Okay.
Oh no, sorry, it weren't you. It was Brad Wheeler I done it with. Sorry, mate. It was Brad I done it with.
What can you tell us about the main card tonight? What can you tell us about the two in the main event?
Let me get it up, and then we get the stats, and we can go from there, mate. 2 seconds. Where are we? Come on. Right. Let's get it up. It's a welterweight bout. This is the main fight tonight. I don't know if that's up there, Stan.
Yeah.
We got Tyrone Wood. Why isn't his picture come up? Let me refresh that, see if it works. Oh, for some reason, it doesn't want to put his picture up. He's a bit shy.
It's a bit shy. Difficult Gilbert to put a punch on him if you can't see him.
Tyrone has got 19 and drawn 1. 19 and lost 4 with 1 no contest. Gilbert Burns has won 18 and lost 3. Tyrone fights out United States. Gilbert fights out of Brazil. Gilbert's got a 1-inch height difference. Both weighed in at 170 pounds. Tyrone's got a 3-inch reach difference and a 2.5-inch leg reach difference. I don't think I can't remember seeing Burns in the fight. I probably have, but I can't. But Tyrone Woodley is a really good fighter.
Where are they both from, did you say?
Sorry?
Where are they both from?
Tyrone's from United States and Gilbert's from Brazil. Okay. But Tyrone he was former world champion. Nobody really liked him, but for me, I definitely agree with you, Archie. He's Woodley, former champ. Nobody likes him in the UFC, but he is favourite. I think he's going to win this myself personally. I've seen him fight a couple of times. He is a good fighter. So,
why don't they like him?
Sorry, mate.
Why don't they like him?
I don't know. To be honest, I just think he's. One Arsene Wenger said Tyrone is Erzul hiding. String 1, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you back in the chat. He said UFC not my thing, but here to support the channel. Thank you very much, mate. Really appreciate it. Have we got anything on? We've got excellent. We've got 124 followers now on Mike. That's gone up. So I think we had 112 earlier on today. So thank you very much, everyone, for going over and supporting us on Mic, downloading the app. Like I said, if we get to 200, right? Sorry, mate.
The target is 200 for a forfeit of some kind. Is that right?
That's correct, Stan. If we can get 200 followers by the time we go live on our live watch along for the Man City game, then me, Stan, Glenn, Claude, and Diesel will do a forfeit of one of your choices. So, you know, everyone get over to Mic, download it, and then get your forfeit requests in, and then we will pick one and we will do it. But let's see.
Well, we might. Depends. Depends on what it is, right?
Let's get the next fight up. Where's this gone now? This is main card. Let's get the main card up. Here we go. This is the next fight, Stan. We have got Billy against Spike. Billy has 113.
No, I mean, come on. I mean, look at the Spike, mate. Look at the difference in stomachs, man. Jesus. Spike looks like Lucas Turan now, doesn't he?
He looks a bit more meaner, doesn't he? Do you know what I mean? He looks leaner, and look at that six-pack he's got. You know what I mean? He's got
a bit of an attitude as well. I know where my money's going.
Right, well, let's have a look at the stats here. We've got Billy's 113 and lost 2. Spike 1-9, lost 1. Both fighting out United States. Billy's got a 2-inch height difference. Both weighing in at 145 pounds. And the reach and the leg reach, there's nothing in it really. So everyone in the comments, let us know who you're going for. And Stan,
I'm sold on Spike. The guy's ripped. Look at him. Look at that six-pack.
Do you know what? He looks really mean, but for some reason, I'm going to go for Billy. I don't know why.
Yeah?
I'm going to go for Billy. Everyone in the chat, big up. Harry, how you doing? Thank you very much for your kind contribution, mate. That really, really is fantastic, and I really appreciate it, mate. He said, big up, Stan and Terry. Terry, awesome, the work you put in with the late nights. Thanks, mate. I really appreciate that. Really do. But obviously, I do get help from Diesel and Claude, Stan, Glenn. Do you know what I mean? But no, I really appreciate it, mate. Thank you very much. Much love to you, mate. One Arsene Wenger said, prime Kaká or prime Fernando Torres? Stan.
Ooh. Torres in his prime was pretty special, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Torres, you know.
Prime Torres, I mean, when he was at Liverpool, he was fantastic, wasn't he? Let's be honest. When he went to Chelsea, he didn't really do much, did he? But
it's funny that he chose two players that they kind of, you know, from where they were at one point, they really took a bit of a dip, didn't they? Both of them.
Yeah. Adil said Harry must have shares in the UFC. If he has, then hopefully next time when Conor McGregor is fighting, send me some tickets, mate. I'd love to have it.
Have you been to a UFC before, Terry?
Yeah. I have. I've been to UFC, but over here, mate. I've been to the O2 Arena. Been there a couple of times. I went to the first ever one that was over here. The first UFC when they come over was in Manchester, the Ardell Centre. So we went there. Me and the missus is a big fan of the UFC, same as me. So it's really good. She likes to see men get battered. So it's good that she's involved in it and all. We both went. We've both been to the O2 and watched Crocop, his first fight over here against, who was it? Who did he fight? Was it Gonzalez? I think it was Gonzalez. But Crocop, I don't know if you know who he is, Stan. He's
no.
He's renowned for his roundhouse kicks and finishing fights off with his roundhouse kicks.
Okay.
And he actually got beat himself by a roundhouse kick at the UFC. So it was unbelievable. But you could that far. I can't remember who it was and all. You could hear a leg break. Someone broke their leg and all, and you heard it, and it was unbelievable. But obviously there's a few other organisations, if you know what I mean, that do like lower than the UFC. So over here you've got Cage Warriors and all that. So I've been to a lot of
in Vancouver.
What's that?
It's our clapping time here in Vancouver.
Oh, excellent. Well done. Big up the nurses and all the everyone that's doing a great job to save lives. What's Kareem say here? I missed the first 2 fights. How was it, lads? Yeah, the first fight was over pretty quick. The girls fighting, and one it was finished by a leg bar. That was a good leg bar, wasn't it, Stan? Yeah. And then the second fight was finished by headlock, a choke, rear naked choke. So 2 good fights, to be honest. Gio said, Harry Osman, you're a legend. Definitely are, mate. Big yourself up, mate. So, Stan, just before this fight comes on, football's going to be back in 2 weeks' time.
Good. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, it's interesting to see how it's going to be presented to us. Do you know what I mean? Like how it's going to look? It's going to look a lot different to the last time we saw football. And it's probably going to look like that for quite a while. You know? Do you know
One Arsene Wenger says, Spike, don't fool me. That's Seamus.
It does look a bit like Seamus.
Yeah, listen, mate. I'm really looking forward to it. Obviously, we've got Man City in their first game back. How do you see that going, Stan?
Is that our FA Cup game, or is that a league?
No, it's the league game. It's our game in hand.
I think that we could get a draw.
A draw.
I think that we could get a draw. Yeah.
I'm good. As I've been positive all the way through. I just think I've been saying it for a while now that it's like the start of a season. It's like the start of a season, Stan. So do you know what I mean? It could go either way anyway, can't it? Do you know, you always get a couple of upsets on the opening game of the season, and I think this could be an upset for us. I think we could do the upset. I think we've got all our players back now. We should more or less be able to put our best 11 out, if you know what I mean. And hopefully, if anyone can beat Man City, surely it's got to be Arteta that was under Pep for 3 years.
It gives it a little bit more spice as well, doesn't it? That particular fixture, yeah. I mean, he may say that he hasn't, but he has got something to prove,
Exactly.
He wants to show everyone that he stepped out of Pep Guardiola's shadow, and he's a man. He's a head coach of his own standing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Harry said, Gio, you are too. Just appreciate the effort they all put in to entertain others. Help me through a lot of situations. Harry, we're always here, mate. If any help, just come in the chat. A lot of love in our chat, mate. It's like family based, and we all would stick together, mate. So, and thanks for that contribution. As I said, really appreciate it. Danny, UFC 250 next weekend. Like I said, if you want to come for the ride with me and want to do the watch-alongs, and Stan and Glenn are up for it, then I'm definitely up for it, mate.
That gives me a week to sort of like butter up Mrs. Stan.
We're just the announcer just going to announce these 2 fighters. So who are we going for? Everyone in the chat, let us know. Who are you going for? Stan again?
Seamus.
He does look like him, doesn't he?
He's got the skin colour for Seamus, hasn't he? Really white.
and that ginger hair.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for Billy. I'm going for Billy, everyone. So this makes it interesting. Aldi's put Lewandowski, Aguero, or Suarez.
Personally, I've always been a big Aguero fan. I have, and one of the reasons why I don't like Suarez, and that is, I find it difficult sometimes to just separate his football part of it to some of the nasty bits that he's shown in his game. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I was actually kind of a little bit glad that we didn't end up getting him when we put in that bid for him, because I know that he probably could have won us the league. But do you know what I mean?
God, Seamus just come out here and just literally went for it straight away. Cool. And he's got him on top. He's on top.
Not started here yet.
Right, we've got that. Sorry, Stan, to cut you off there, mate.
No. That's not just started here. I was just saying, because of, that part of Suarez, that kind of was the bit that put me off. Never had that part about his personality, then I'd probably say Suarez. So I go.
Oh my God! Sheamus has just picked him up here off the floor and just slammed him on the floor. He's going for it again. He got him on a headlock.
Right, just started it. Oh, he went straight in with the foot, didn't he?
Yeah. Gio, thank you for your contribution, mate. He says, Stan, you look like Stone Cold because he has a baldy. This looks like it's going to be a great fight, this one. So I'm going to pay a little bit more attention to this at the moment.
Over this guy.
Sheamus is on top, full man.
Picked him up.
Full man here. Oh, he's got both legs in. He's going for the head. He's going for the rear naked choke here. Has he got it in? He just needs to get his arms right under here.
You know the Sheamus guy. Do you know who else he looks a little bit like? He looks a little bit like Mustafi.
But nowhere near as good. Oh, what a punch. What a punch. He's all over him. This is not going to last this long if it carries on like that. Oh, he's absolutely annihilating him here. Oh, he's got the armbar. He's got the armbar. He's got the armbar. He's still fighting, though. No, he pulled it out. Well done there. Well done to Billy. He's got out of it. Now he's on top. This is a great first round, this. Great first round. Shameless has tied him up at the minute. Shameless. I'm calling him it now. Billy's pulled this back just a little bit. Not. Billy's trying to get him in an.
So it's just gone 3 minutes
now.
And from where I am, Sheamus is having a little bit of trouble now.
Yeah. Like. Oh, he's just got out of that shot. How the bloody hell did he get out of that like that? He's twisted his body around in positions you would never even see. And now Shameless is back on top.
Sounds like a girl I used to know.
Shameless is still on top here.
Oh, he's wriggling out of it now, yeah. You know what, though, Terry? I'd still rather work in a call centre than do this for a living. I would.
This is what I mean. In this game, do you know what I mean? Literally, anyone can win. Do you know what I mean? It's only a lucky punch.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and you know what I mean? It's lights out, game over. God, Sheamus has got it. He's throwing him back like a rag doll here. Sheamus is back on top. Just under a minute to go in this first round, but this has been an awesome first round with these two. I've got to say, Sheamus has come out and he's been fantastic.
I think he might run out of a bit of steam, Sheamus. He started off really quick.
Yeah, he flew out, didn't he? Flew out.
Oh, he's just taking him back to the floor.
Oh, good punch, Sheamus. Good punch. Oh, and another good punch. Oh, my God.
Is it similar to boxing then when you're getting points for each punch that connects?
You get points for control. You get points for aggression. You get points, obviously, for punches and kicks. And there's the first half. Oh! What happened there? Oh!
Don't tell me.
Oh my God, he must have felt the bell run.
Wow, he's got his legs through.
Shameless must have felt the bell run, but Billy got up and just smacked him in the head.
Right, we're just coming down to the last 10 seconds. Last 10 seconds. Sheamus is on top of him. He's wailing away at this guy's head. The bell's gone. The guy's got up and he's just walked up to Sheamus and cuffed him round the head and jumped him.
But the bell went straight after he cuffed him around the head. I think Sheamus thought the bell run a bit earlier. Archie said, good round. It was a great round, Archie. You're right. One Arsenal winger said, Sheamus learned that move on Kama Sutra. Harry said, Shamak, Bentner or Park Chun-Yun. Now, that's an hard one. Oh, my God, Harry.
I don't think I ever saw Park Chu-Young kick a ball for us, to be honest. Did it ever happen? Well, I think, seriously, though, out of those three, there's only one in there. It's got to be Lord Bentner.
Yeah,
I think
it's got to be.
he probably did the most out of those three, didn't he?
Yeah.
No?
I mean, he was, he bigged himself up, didn't he, old Bentner?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember when he won them? Was it the Bet 365 or one of them with the boxers and he got in trouble for it?
Yeah, the Paddy Power pants or something.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. Good punches.
He actually married someone. I'm looking at the TV here, and they're putting tweets up on us. A guy says the Alpha Ginger is such a lunatic. No way I'd fight him. Round 2 just started.
Strange one, Terry. Do you know when Glenn will be back on the stream next? He might even be on here yet. Still, like I keep saying, he said that he will try his best to get on. He's got his boy at the minute, and as soon as he goes asleep, he will jump on. So hopefully, he might be on here soon, mate.
Oh, they just rolled over with him on his back.
Shameless is on top of him still here. He's controlling him at the moment. Delwyn Jones said, buzzing football is back. I want Arsenal to win against City. Would be great so we can win the league at Goodison. But unfortunately, we might play at neutral venues. Not feel happy, but I understand why, though. Look, Delwyn, I hope we can do you a massive favour, mate. Go to City. Like I said, I hope we can win something like 3-1. And then that puts the ball in your court to finish off the season in style, mate, and beat your local rivals, Everton, and win the league, mate. Shameless is all over him here. All over Billy. Because you deserve it, Delwyn. You definitely deserve it after the season. Liverpool have been phenomenal. This Billy kid is still holding out, Shameless is, I think he's dominated the first round and the first 2.5 minutes of the second round. He's dominating him, but he's still sticking around, Stan.
Yeah.
Gio said, Terry, do you think Nuez will lose next week? I tell you, it's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a great just as Sheamus hooks in his legs here. Hooks in the legs, trying to spread out Billy. Come on, get the arms in. Get your arms in. Nope, he's got out of it. He's doing well to defend it, this Billy. Now he's... Oh, Shameless has got a little cut under his right eye on his cheekbone. Shameless is like that. Shameless is like that wildling from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I know who he means. Yeah.
I've never watched it, so I don't know, to be honest, mate.
The guy that's always drinking his milk. Yeah, I know who you mean.
Yeah, as I said, Terry, do you think Nunes will lose next week? It's going to be a great fight, Gio. Do I think she's going to lose? Do you know what? I'm going to give her the benefit of that. I think she'll put it out the bag, mate. I think she might win. Shameless used to drink.
Struggling from he looks like he's struggling, but he's hanging in there. The other chap.
Yeah, Billy. He's still, got him in an headlock. He's got him in an headlock, but no, he's not going to be able to hold that. Billy. As Shameless pulls out of it, last 45 seconds of this round, he's on top again. Shameless. Oh, he's got him. He's got him here. He's got him in a.
Shameless looks a bit like he's.
No, Billy's got him in an arm. No, he's pulled out of it. Shameless has pulled out of it. Oh, he's got him again. He's got it in deep this time. Billy. Oh, no. Shameless has got out of it again. Wow. How's he getting out of all of these? He's definitely been reading up and watching that Kama Sutra. Bloody hell. Oh, wow. That's the second round over and done with.
To rub yourself in baby oil so they can't grip onto you. That's not allowed, you know.
Cheddar said, I've never seen Liverpool win the league. To potentially have it on my birthday will be something else. What is that? Would that be the Everton game, Cheddar? So if it is, mate, I hope it is for you, mate. That'd be a great birthday present, that, mate. Danny said Nunes will win. I think she will. No, mate. I think she will.
That's the end of the second round.
Yeah, they're just patching his right eye. Shameless, but I wonder if he's going to come out for this third round flying.
I think at this point it could go either way, right?
Yeah,
he's hanging in there, Billy. Spike Shameless has had a lot of the heavy hits, but he's hanging in there, Billy. He's hanging in there a lot longer than I would have. I would have been out of there, mate.
As soon as that bell went, that's it. I'm over. Throw the towel in.
Yeah, that fence, man.
Oh, Shameless has put him straight back down on the floor in his third round as it just started.
I'll be right back, Terry, if you just give me a moment. I was going to get another drink, all right?
Yeah, no problem, mate. Speak to you in a second, mate. Shameless has thrown him on the floor again. He looks a bit tired, though, now. It looks like this Billy can... Billy's on top of him now. This has been a great match. Best fight so far. Billy's got Shameless flat on the ground at the moment. He's trying to get full man, but Shameless has turned it around. And now Shameless is on his back. He's got his legs sunk in. But now Billy's turned it back round again, and now he's on top of Shameless. Gio, after what I've been told about this James Dooley, no, I don't want him to buy Arsenal, mate. Oh, what a great punch by Billy. Shameless. Shameless is on the floor here. He's going for the headlock. He's got it. He's got it. Shameless is in a bad situation here. He's got it deep. He's got it deep. Is it going to be lights out? Is it going to be lights out for Shameless? No. Ah, Billy couldn't hold on. Well done, Shameless, for getting out of that. That was deep there. 3 minutes left of this fight. This has been a fantastic fight. Shameless has got Billy down on the floor at the minute. Shameless is on top.
I bet he'd go mad if he knew that we were calling him Shameless.
This is an unbelievable fight, though. I tell you, this Billy kid's done well to stick 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Old Dill said, big up, Stan, for getting another drink. I would imagine that is, mate.
Cheers, Adil. Nice one.
Danny said, I would like to see Nunes versus Vatino Shevchenko. That's the fight. Now, that would be a great fight, Danny. You're right. But I'd like to see the rematch of Zan against, I can't remember her name, the Russian girl. 5 rounds of brutality, that was. And that definitely, I know, that definitely needs a second fight. Nunes rematch with Jermaine, also not bad. Exactly. You're right. He did have that deep, but he got out of it. He got out of it. But he's back on top now, Billy. He's back on top of Sheamus. Kuram said the physical strength of Spike is insane. Aaron, if he's kept this up for 3 rounds, you're right, mate. It's unbelievable. Gio said, Terry, can you buy a ticket to watch Arsenal on game day? And what's the pricing? Not really, Gio. It's very hard to get a ticket on game day. And you can get them off tats and that, but you're paying well over the odds for Arsenal.
The last game that I went to was the 4-2 under Emery, Tottenham.
Oh, yeah. Oh, what a fantastic game that was.
That was for my 50th birthday. My missus sorted that out, and we paid about, I think it was £300 for the pair tickets.
Bloody hell. That's a lot of money, mate.
It was about, they were either 100 each or 150 each. I don't remember which. I know.
Mind you, for your birthday, I suppose it's worth it, mate.
You know, my missus had organised it. A lot of friends. We had a surprise birthday party for me, which was nice. And then it was the first football match that my missus had ever been to. She'd never been to a football game before.
And she enjoyed it, obviously.
Yeah, she loved it. I mean, because that particular game as well, if you think about it, it had everything.
Yeah. Oh, what a punch. Oh, there's 10 seconds left here, and they're both going for it. They're both going for it. Kicks, punches. Oh, my God. If this went on for another 30 seconds, Billy would have won that. If this went on for another 30 seconds, Billy would have won that. He would have knocked him out, I think.
What's
the fight? What's a fight?
It's just winding down here. They're both up on their feet. Oh, he's tried to kick him, Billy. He's not landed. He's tired. They're both very tired. Slugging away. Last 10 seconds. Oh, Sheamus with a big boot. Almost like the actual Sheamus's move from the wrestling there. Oh, Billy's coming back. He's punching 7. End of the fight. Billy was coming back at the end there, wasn't he?
He was unlucky, wasn't he?
He was coming back there at the end. So who would you call that? Who would you give that to? I think Sheamus.
I think Sheamus won the first 2 rounds, and I think Billy might have won the last round. So I'm giving it to Sheamus at the minute. Gio says, Stan, you live in Canada. I might send you money to send me Primetime Beer, a company based in Canada.
My missus is laughing in the background because she heard someone's going to send me money.
Joanne, Archie, that was it. Joanne. Yep, that's got to be the next fight. Punk Rocker, sorry, mate. I hope I've gone down quick enough. Terry, can you scroll down and see the stats? Because from strikes, it looks like Billy is winning. Let's see if I can. Total strikes, yeah. Billy's got 126. I mean, this is a very hard one to call. Here we go. We're going to get the decision there. Billy won. They've given it to Billy.
Really?
They've given it to Billy.
Wow.
They've given that to Billy. What a fight, though. I mean, that deserves a rematch. That one all day long anyway. That was a fantastic fight. I'm shocked at that. I thought Sheamus won 2 rounds out of 3 there.
I thought Sheamus might have nicked it.
Significant strikes. Billy got 48 to Spike's 39. Submission attempts. Billy got 2 from Spike's none. And reversals, Billy had 1 and Spike had 3. And the ground control, Billy had 4 minutes and Spike had 8 minutes. but they've given it to Billy. That's surprising. I'm a bit shocked at that. But what a great fight.
Yeah, just as they were like calling out for the winner, Sheamus had his hands right up. Billy had his kind of halfway, like he weren't sure. Do you notice that?
Yeah.
So I think Billy might have been a little bit surprised there that he got that.
Right, this is the next fight that's coming up. Stan, let's have a look at these. We've got Balgor versus Augusto. Balgor has 118 with 3 losses. Augusto's 114 with 1 loss. Balgor is fighting out of Bulgaria. Augustus is fighting out of Brazil. Balgor is losing in height by about 4 inches. Balgor is weighing at 250 pounds. Augustus is 265 pounds. Augustus has got a reach difference of about 4 inches, and they've both got the same leg reach. Who are you going for here?
It's funny, right? Because Blagoy, he looks heavier in the picture, doesn't he?
Yeah, it does. Unbelievable.
I'm going to go for Blagoy because I had this thing about the Eastern Europeans, mate. They're tough, man. And
okay,
I'm definitely going for Blagoy here.
I'm going to go for Augustus. Okay. So we're going different again here, mate. We're going different. Cheddar says, I've got Euro 2020 tickets. Winners of England's group versus France, Germany and Portugal paid 170 quid for the ticket. That'd be good, mate. I suppose that ain't a bad price really for a Euro game. I mean, it is overpriced anyway, but I mean, I suppose it ain't too bad, mate. One Arsenal Wenger said, crazy to think Mark Goldbridge actually was at the Hillsborough tragedy game. Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
No. You must not know that. Right? It must have been, even more frightening if he was a young lad, right?
Must have been well frightening, mate. Well frightening. Danny said, I remember we were 2-1 at half time. Hughes beat us 4-2. Gonna be weird North London derby behind closed doors. Danny, it definitely is, mate. But, we'll still get up for it, won't we? Do you know what I mean? We'll still get our beers in, still get a few people, round or what doing the watch along. And it'd be good to it's just good to get football back. It is. You know what I mean? If it's all safe, they've done the 4th round of testing, and no, they all come back negative in the Premier League. But it was a different thing in the Championship and the Coca-Cola. Is it? No, that's the Championship anyway. In the I think 14 tested positive. Stan,
in the Championship.
Yeah, the Championship and League One.
And is the Championship going to? When have they set a date for that to get underway, or is it only the Premier League in the UK that they've put a date to?
I think it's only the Premier League at the moment, unless it's all football back in. I'm not too sure. Hopefully, someone can answer that for us in the chat room. Delwyn Jones said, "Cheers, Terry. We have been playing unbelievable, not outstanding, but it shows how good we are. Top 4 would be very interesting to watch. I see many Arsenal fans are confident they can make top 4. Like I said, Delwyn, do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's like a beginning of the season now. We've got 9-10 games left. So, if you can get 2 or 3 wins on the bounce, you're looking in pretty good stead there, Stan. I don't know about yourself, mate.
If we get something out of the game against City, even if we get a draw, like a 2-2 draw, and we put up a fight, it's going to just give the team a lot of confidence going forward. You know?
Aldil said Rampage Jackson was a beast. Ooh! That's what he used to do every time he come out. The old Rampage Jackson. He was a... Sorry, mate?
Rampage Jackson, is that a UFC guy?
Yeah. UFC guy. He was a good fighter, mate. A good fighter. I'm a bit like wrestling and all. I like my old school fighters in UFC. You had Forrest Griffin. Him and Stefan Bonner. Honestly, if you ever can get a chance, Stan, go back and watch their fights. Unbelievable. I mean, it was like, you know what I mean? It was like one way, like for a minute and a half, you had Stefan Bonner just beating the crap out of Forrest Griffin. And then all of a sudden, for the next half of the fight, Forrest Griffin would be, you know what I mean, absolutely beating Stefan Bonner. You'd think they was down and out. And yet, how on earth these guys carried on? You know what I mean? You're talking about looking at these fighters at the moment saying, oh, I'd get out of there straight away. But in them fights, oh my God.
Hey, I just see that there was it Nunes and Spencer. Spencer's from Canada. I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is next week, Stan.
Oh, okay, Spencer then all the way. that Nunes, I saw some clips of her. She looks pretty tough. She looks pretty tough, Nunes.
Nunes, I think, will win, definitely. Aldil Anthony Rumble Johnson was one of my favourite UFC. Yeah, he was another great fighter. Premiership and Championship are returning, so that'd be interesting then. Gio said, Terry, stop trying to sell Mustafi to my club. I know we are down at the moment. Listen, like I said, Gio, before, you know what I mean? I hope, excuse me. I hope Ivan, who is your chairman now, comes in with a £45 million bid for him. How would you feel about that, Stan?
Oh, I'll take 45. I'll take 45 quid, mate. You know, I would. I mean, you know, when there was a story about Hertha Berlin offered, was it 40 million euros? I mean, don't get me wrong. I know it's not Football Manager, right? But if someone's willing to give you 40 million, and you know that your target Thomas Partey has got a buyout clause of around 50, surely a deal can be done there.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? A deal should be able to be done, and you would think that the salaries wouldn't be too far apart from the two players either.
No, exactly, mate. I totally agree with you. We could have got rid of him when we could have done, but it is what it is. Hopefully, we can get rid of him in a transfer window, and a few others and all need to go. So and raise some money. Danny said, "Top four is not over for us. All your teams above us will drop points, especially not playing football in so long." You're right, Dan. And like I said, it's going to be wide open. It's not going to be as easy as people think, I think. The punk rocker said, I want to say the rest of English football was none and voided or ended the season based on the league rankings at the moment. Yep. Omar said, top four was long gone, Dan. Let's just accept it and stop deluding ourselves. Omar, listen, mate, I keep telling you, you know, this. Well, we will soon get an idea of how we're going to go after that Man City game, I think. What about you, Stan?
Yeah, you got to have some hope. I don't see why we can't get anything out of that game.
Yeah.
You know?
I can't see why. One Arsene Wenger, I would love to do a part exchange for that. If we done that, now that is some top business. If Raul can pull that off, then we should build a statue of him. That'd be good. Right, this is interesting because a yubby. Sorry if I've got that wrong. I really don't mean to get these pronunciations wrong. Messi or Ronaldo? Stan, you go first.
Hard one. That's a hard one. I always try to think if I was running a football team and I could only pick one of them, who would it be? And
right, I'll go first if you want.
Yeah, go on then.
For me, I would pick Messi over Ronaldo. There's just an easy and simple answer for me. Ronaldo is just a one-man band. If you watch him when he plays, for me, he sulks like a baby when he don't get the ball. He sulks like a baby when someone else takes a chance on goal and they should have passed it to him. He goes down the tunnel when things ain't going right for him and sulks like a baby. In fact, listen, he's a phenomenal footballer. But with Messi, you know, you hear a lot about football. You know, one man don't make a team. For me, Messi is a team player. If you've got him in your team, I mean, it's what a phenomenal team you'd have, because you can build your whole team around Messi, and Messi will help you along the way. Whereas Ronaldo, for me, like I said, he's just a one man band. Messi is a team player. It's a team sport, and that's why I'd have Messi. That's just my own opinion. Don't know about you, Stan.
I am a Ronaldo fan. I do like. I always thought if you could have Ronaldo, but maybe give him Messi's personality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
I know what you're saying, I think, and I'll be inclined to agree with you. I think I'd rather be managing Messi than managing Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think it'll be a
Yeah.
little more of a headache to managing Ronaldo.
I get where you're coming from.
I have a little Messi story. I spoke to Messi once on Facebook. You know, when it first started, Facebook first started, and back then, you know, you could become friends with anybody because people didn't really know how to use it. Do you know what I mean? And I had sort of like some really weird people on my friends list back then. I had people like Paul Merson, Chris Kamara, Ray Wilkins, Messi, and everybody would just accept friend requests, right? Because it was quite new. And I was looking on Messi's page, and this guy had asked him a question. He asked him something, and I sort of chuckled to myself, and I wrote in the comments, "I don't think he speaks English, mate." And a few days later, Messi come back and replied to me. He's like, "No, I do speak some English." And I was just like,
"Wow,
no, best footballer in the world has just spoken to me." Like, do you know what I mean? I logged out. I just logged out.
Stan, the agent, why didn't you get him to come to Arsenal?
I didn't know what to do. I just logged out.
Gio said, Terry, did Gazidis get a lot of sponsorship for Arsenal? That's the only reason he got the job at Milan.
From what I remember, you know, over the years, that our sponsorship deals were never as good as some of the other clubs around us. Do you know what I mean?
I just think he's an absolute.
Until that,
to be honest,
the Puma deal was like the foot of the deal that was kind of nearer to what we should be getting, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Before that, with Nike, I think we were getting a little bit rinsed.
He's just an absolute tool. And I just, unfortunately for you, mate, you've got him. But I'm just so glad he's out of our club. We just need to get a couple more of people like that out of our club, and then we might be able to rise again. I know I am with Gazidis. He's disrespected Maldini and still has the job. I don't understand it, mate. I don't understand someone like him gets away with it all the time, Stan.
I was glad to see the back of him, because the thing is about Gazidis, right? He's just the only way I can say it is that the man's a liar. You know, I look back on the things that he told us, and it was just lies. It never materialized. So, you know, you can lose your trust in someone, right? How can you believe anything else that he's going to say? You just lose your trust, right?
Exactly, mate. No, totally right.
I always remember the line: "We will do things that will surprise you." We will do things. We will be. He said it. You will do things that will surprise you. Trying to be all cryptic and that. I mean, I'm bloody surprised, all right, but not in a good way.
Exactly. No, I totally agree with you. And Stan, Dan, I get your point totally, mate. He said Messi is better, but only done the business in one league. Ronaldo has done the business in two top leagues in Europe, England and Spain. Speaking of
Messi only playing in the one league, I mean, on my career mode, I think it was the FIFA 19, the last game, when I got into like my fifth season, for some reason, Messi was playing at Leicester. He was seeing his career out at Leicester for some reason.
Aldil said, Stan, is Messi in your front room as we speak?
Yeah, he's just off camera.
Ayabid said, why did you guys think Sanchez flopped at United?
I think with Alexis Sanchez, it seemed that he never seemed to, in the time that he played at Arsenal when he came to us, he very rarely had much of a break, did he? When the season ended, he'd be off doing stuff for his country and that.
Yeah.
And, before we sold him, it wasn't like when he left us, he was playing to the best of his ability. I thought his form had kind of dropped off quite a long way towards the end of Arsenal. And I always thought it was because he was just unhappy and was agitating for a move. But he got the move. He had a choice of where he could go. He chose to go to United. And I thought that he was going to sort of like, you know, start turning it on again. But it's just not. And my only conclusion is that he must have been so severely burnt out that, you know, we've probably seen the best of Sanchez. So we're probably fortunate enough that he left us when he did, or we would probably still have him in the current form.
Totally agree with you, Stan.
Because where is he now? He's on loan at, where is he? Milan? AC Milan?
I can't even remember.
One of the Milans, I believe, but wherever he is, he's not recaptured any form there either, as I understand it. So
This fight has just started, mate. Everyone in the chat, let us know who you're going for. Who you going for against Dan?
I was going for the Bulgarian in the darker shorts.
Yeah, and I'm going for Augustus. So this is the an heavyweight bout. Just over a minute gone, and they're basically just sucking each other out.
I think Augusto was holding his stomach in the picture.
I'll let you say it to him, Stan.
Oh, yeah.
He's at Inter, Sanchez. Gio Terry, he flopped at United. He got a new girlfriend. He had beef with his family and made him gain weight. Gio says Sanchez is at shit Inter. Dan's going for Ivor. Lee's going for Baglaw.
Blagaway boys.
So you've got two going with you, Stan. Hello, Ben. Hope you're good. Proud to be British. Yeah, of course we are, mate. Why not? Punk Walker, Inter Milan, and he said he's going for Ivanor. So you got a few with you, Stan. No one's with me at the moment.
Anytime I hear there's an Eastern European, I always go with them. They seem they're quite tough people from that part of the world. You know what I mean? They seem to be very tough.
Definitely, mate. They've got different. Oh, right. Are you with said Kane or Aubameyang?
Aubameyang, isn't it?
Got to be. Got to be. Listen, Kane's fun. Oh, he's swinging here.
Do you think Harry Kane would work at another club? You know how some players, when they go to another club, it's a little bit different for them, because if you look at Harry Kane in his career, he didn't sort of like set it off straight away at Tottenham, right? He went out on loan. It was almost like they weren't too sure about him, and then he got a chance and he took it. So I wonder how it would be if he went to another club. Do you know what I mean? Whether.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's a good point, Stan. I mean, he was because they loaned him out to Millwall, Tottenham,
because even when he was. You know, maybe when you see him for England, and I know he got the golden boot in that last tournament, but a lot of those were penalties, weren't they?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, not from open play. So,
like I said, they loaned him out to Millwall. He had a few games in his first season, and I know a couple of Millwall fans, and they said he weren't that great. And then they got him on loan again the second season, and he was phenomenal. He's just scoring for fun. And they did put a sneaky bid in, and apparently they were just about to sell him, Tottenham, but they pulled out at the last minute.
I'm with one Arsene Wenger in the chat. I'd rather have WWE Kane than Harry Kane.
I'd rather have the Undertaker if we're going for that.
Kane, our centre backs.
Omar said Arsene Wenger or George Graham. For me, it would be George Graham, Omar. Just for the simple fact is, I think if George Graham would have went that season unbeaten, he would have had the mentality and the brain to go out and improve our team and not stand still, because that's what Wenger did, unfortunately. He stood still. What about you, Stan?
For me, I think Arsene Wenger, for that first part of his tenure, some of the players that he brought in, the sort of the style of football that I saw being played. Not sure if I'll ever maybe see Arsenal play in that manner again. And for me, with George Graham, right, a lot of respect for him. He was, I was supporting Arsenal, a few managers before him, but it wasn't until George Graham where I was at the age where I was taking notice, if you know what I mean. I was paying more attention to the football.
Yeah.
it always, for me with George Graham, I actually took it quite badly in the way that he left the club. When all that happened, you know, I was quite young at the time, and I'm not saying I looked at George Graham as a father figure, but I really liked having him as the manager. And when I've heard about, you know, what he'd done, you know, he's bringing players into the club, not based on what they can do for Arsenal moving forward, but because of, you know, he was getting kickbacks in the deals. And you look at the two players, Paul Lyderson and John Jensen, and they weren't very good for Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? You know,
Yeah.
he was on like 300 grand a year at the time, which was quite a lot of money. Yeah, it's a lot of money now, right? And he made 400 grand on the two deals. And he wasn't the only one that was doing it, but that doesn't excuse it. And I've always felt that he let himself down a little bit. Do you know what I mean for that? You know, that because he is part of our history and he's a big part of our history. You know, and I think Arsene Wenger has a lot to thank George Graham for, because he had a back five and a goalkeeper. Do you know what I mean? That was just all set up for him, and that was all down to the work that George done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly, mate. Dan said Harry Kane struggled at first with us. We loaned him to Millwall, Leyton Orient, Leicester, and he started getting really good in 2015.
He was at Arsenal as a kid, wasn't he, Harry Kane? Right? Wasn't he there as a young lad at Arsenal?
Yeah. He was, in the youth, wasn't he?
Yeah. He had the Lumber haircut, didn't he, with the red dye?
Yeah.
Oh, it might be
Omar said Wenger inherited a very good defence. Graham was an unbelievable manager. You're totally right, Omar. Wenger, for me, has never gone out and bought a fantastic defender. He's prime. He never has. The only one that we got was Sol Campbell, and he was on the free.
He's brought in a couple of good fullbacks, hasn't he? If you noticed that, fullbacks have been all right. But you're right, in the centre of defence, yeah. I mean, the worst one for me was William Gallas. I never understood that one. Do you know what I mean? William Gallas, and then bringing him in and giving him the armband straight away, I think was a bit of a knock to some other people that had been there. You know what I mean? All right, he might have been a bit of standing in the game, but he's not at Arsenal, right? He doesn't know Arsenal. You can't just make him the captain.
Exactly. You're totally right, mate. As we're in the that was a good punch.
And then not only did he give him the captaincy, he gave him the number 10 shirt. I mean, that was just wrong.
Exactly.
That was just wrong.
So Augustus was he's got him up against the Ivanov, and now he's got him up against the Rin.
So I've got a question for you, Terry, and a question for everybody in the chat box, right? It looks like probably that Henrik Mkhitaryan's probably not going to come back to the club, right? So that means that the number 7 shirt would be available. So next season, right, who would you give the number 7 shirt to? And then you guys in the chat box let us know as well. If the 7 is available, who would you give it to?
Sorry, mate. Go on.
No, go on.
I was going to say, hopefully, I'd like to give it to Partey if he come to us.
Okay.
That's who I'd like to give it to.
I've got 2 ideas. The first one I would give it maybe is I would consider Martinelli, but maybe as a way to kind of coax Saka to sign a contract is that he offers Saka the number 7.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't disagree with that, Stan, to be honest. What number is he now, Saka?
I don't know what number Saka is, actually. I think it's like a high number, like a 30-something, right? Martinelli's 35. I think he's got a high number, like a lot of the youth guys do. But giving him a Martinelli a 7, that's a big step, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? You're kind of saying that you're putting faith into them.
Everyone's saying Martinelli. Harry said wears 77, Saka, does he?
Okay. Because when I think of a 7, I usually think of a right-sided winger. Do you know what I mean? Pepe was one I was thinking of as well, but I think Pepe actually likes the 19. He wears it for the international duty as well.
Yeah. Gooner Gamer, how you doing, mate? Just join the chat. Hope you're good, mate.
Sorry, I've not been watching this one. How's my guy getting?
Avanoff has got Augustus on the floor, and Augustus is bleeding here.
Okay, they're both standing, trading blows here so far. Ivanoff's got a little bit of a belly there, though, isn't he? Definitely not like that picture. Little belly wobbling like a bowl of jelly there. Oh, they've just gone to the ground.
Yeah, that's where they are. They're still there at the minute. But they've just got back to their feet. And that's the second round over. Omar is saying, winning football works for me. Couldn't care less if it's boring Arsenal, mate. We have been playing beautiful football for the last decade, but gone absolutely nowhere. Yeah, I do agree with you, Omar, but why not have both? You know what I mean? I'm a believer that we could do both. We could still be defensively strong and play attacking football and win games. Why can't we do both? I just don't understand it. Man City can do it. Liverpool can do it. You know, why can't we do it?
It's just going to be so interesting to see how our defence is going to line up next season for me, because all of our older players that play at the back, all of their contracts need to be sorted out, and we have to make a decision whether we're going to sell them, and if we don't sell them, are we going to extend their contracts so that we don't lose out on money, because we can't afford to let them go on a free if we're self-sustaining, right? So it's going to be quite interesting.
Exactly.
Another question, right? Let's say you've got Socrates, Mustafi, and David Luiz, right? One of them has to stay because we've got so many young other defenders around the club. Chambers, Holding, Mavropanos, Saliba coming in. Pablo Mari is new to the club. And let's say we did do a sneaky bid and bring in another defender, maybe a Evan Ndika or a Upa Moncamo. One of those three, I think, needs to stay. So, Terry and the chat box, Socrates, Mustafi, and David Luiz. You've got to keep one. Who are you going to keep? Easy
for me, David Luiz. Just because obviously he's got experience. He's won a lot of things with Chelsea and Paris Saint-Germain. I would keep him as a squad player. I think he's the best one out of them three, me personally. Mustafi's had his chance now. You know what I mean? How long's he been with us?
Too long.
Too long, exactly. You know what I mean? He's had his chance. Socrates, he's gone now, Socrates. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? It's look, we've got to stop being, what's the word? Emotionally attached to these players. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, they're not good enough. They're not good enough. It's as simple as that. So we need to ship them out, and you know what I mean. Start either letting players come through, and hopefully Callum Chambers and Holding and players like that can stay injury free. And obviously we've got Saliba. You know what I mean? He looks a great prospect. If we can get someone like Upper Meccano next to him, that'd be absolutely outstanding. And then if you've got Holding, Chambers, David Luiz in the background, you know, just in case one gets injured, then it ain't too bad. But I would definitely say David Luiz, Stan.
See, I understand why people would keep David Luiz, because you're talking about someone who's going to be able to help the younger ones through, right? But I look at just to play devil's advocate. I think out of those three, Socrates is the one that's made the least mistakes. If you're talking about costing us games by dropping points, for example, everyone talks about the Martinelli goal, right? Chelsea 2-2, fantastic goal. And everyone talks about how it was Mustafi that headed the ball out to him. But if it wasn't for Mustafi's previous error in that game, we would have had 3 points.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have had 1. So just to play devil's advocate, if I'm looking at it that way, I think Socrates out of them 3 is the one that cost us the least games. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the worry is, if you're keeping one of them on to guide through younger players, do you want any of these younger players learning these habits of any? You know what I mean?
You hit the nail on the head there. Do you know what I mean? You've hit the nail on the head there, mate.
So you snookered, really, right? Do you know
exactly?
What
Exactly. It's like, you know what I mean, having your arms tied behind your back and you've got to go out fighting. Which one?
I'm with one Arsene Wenger, right? Who says none of them will win us the league, and he's right. But we are going to need to have experience. Do you know what I mean? Or at least one experienced head, because the others are just so young. And even though Holding and Chambers have been at the club a while, they've been in and out of the squad, either on loan or injured.
Yeah.
So I just think they need an older head. It's just who.
Like I said, if it come to it, you know what I mean, I would axe all three of them, and I totally agree with people in the chat. But if you've got to keep one, then for me, David Luiz, because of his experience, that's, you know what I mean, we'd get more out of that from our young players than any of the other two, because they've got load of mistakes in them, and you don't want them learning them. That's for sure.
David Luiz style as well, when he's 34, probably coming on 33, coming on probably to 34, and he did say that he'd like to finish at Benfica. So, I mean, do you think Benfica would want him after another year? If they're going to take him because of his age, they'd probably want him this next window. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that it looks like his contract might not be extended.
Yeah.
We could be left with either one of the other two then. Either Tweedledum or Tweedledee.
I'd rather just get rid of them and not have any of them.
Yeah.
Be honest. Gio, thanks for your super chat. He said Arsene went away from the players that went invincible, turned to the Barca like players. Then Jose the fraud came in and copied the invincible team.
Yeah, I always, you know, I don't know how. I think I speak for a lot of Arsenal fans. I always felt that when you do something like you go invincible, and you reach that, you automatically think, well, you're automatically waiting to see, well, where are we going to go next? Where do we go from here? Do you know what I mean? And for me, it's always nice. It's a good team that wins you the Premier League, but it's a great team that's able to go out the following season and retain it. And we never quite reached that, did we?
No, sorry. I was just looking, and this fight is finished now, so it's just going to the decision. It weren't a great fight, to be honest, but
yeah, I missed a lot of that one. He's knackered though, isn't he? The Bulgarian, he's winded.
Aldil says David Luiz should have been a centre midfielder or defensive midfielder instead of a centre back. I don't think he's got. Sorry, Stan. I don't think he's got the pace anymore to even do that. Do you know what I mean? It's I don't know.
We've got two players in the squad that can play in that position that we've not really seen, that people talk about, right? A lot of people say David Luiz could be played there. And what about Callum Chambers? He got Player of the Year at Fulham for playing as a DM. And we've never really tried that, And I've always thought, well, before you start going to buy players, should you not at least look inward first and see whether you have got a solution? Try. If it don't work, then spend. But we did try David Luiz there in one game. Do you remember? He got injured really, really early on. We didn't really get to see it. It was like within 10 minutes or so, he got injured. So I don't know whether he'll try that again.
We're just about to get the official decision for this fight. Oh, the judges don't know which way to put it. They took a bit longer on this one. One Arsene Wenger said, it's like a serial cheater telling me how to be in a serious relationship. Here we go. Who's got it? Augustus or Balgor?
Well, Balgor looks really winded at the end of it. He's still winded now.
Yeah.
That took a lot out.
Balgor has lost. Augustus has won.
Wow. That was your guy.
Yep. Augustus has won. So that was a bit of a boring fight, to be honest, that one. Nothing to go on here. And now we've got our live main event. It's the welterweight bout. And Tyrone still don't want to come out to play.
You have no idea what this guy looks like.
Let's go through it. We've got the main event just about to start in 5 minutes. We've got Tyrone Woodley against Gilbert Burns. Tyrone has won 19 and lost 4. Gilbert has won 18 and lost 3. Tyrone is fighting out of the United States and Gilbert's fighting out of Brazil. 1 inch difference to Gilbert in the height. Both weighing in at 170 pound. Tyrone has got a 3-inch reach difference and a 2.5 inch reach for leg reach. Who are you going for here, Stan? Everyone in the chat, let us know who you're going for.
I think obviously we've got to go for Tyrone because he's got the advantage because you can't see him. So
he's doing a John Cena. You can't see me. I'm going for Tyrone. I think it's going to be a great fight. Gio, you're right. Main event. Let's get it on. Imagine Bellerin as a central defensive midfielder. I can't, mate. I can't.
This is about Bellerin, right? I know. You know, I listen to a lot of podcasts. I'm on a couple, and there's a really big consensus that a lot of people think that maybe his time is done. But I still think that Hector Bellerin has a place at Arsenal, and I still think that with Hector Bellerin, when he's got somebody that's chasing him for his position, when he knows that he's not automatically going to be the first right back name on the team sheet every week, I think he plays better.
Yeah,
you know. So if we could buy competition for him, and let the two people duke it out and see who comes out on top, I think that would probably be the best way to get more out of Hector. That's just my thoughts.
Yeah, no, what you're saying. For me, it's like what I said just a minute ago. You know, I think we've got to stop with this. Mollycoddling these players. I mean, he's been. Let's be honest. He's been with us for a long time now. He's had. Same with him. Excuse me. He's had his chance at right back. Do you know what I mean? And he's got injured a couple of times. Every time that he starts to look really good, he gets injured, unfortunately. And this is what a big problem is at Arsenal at the moment too, is that we've got too many players that get injured quite often and don't play a whole season. I mean, you look at our defence all the time. When was the last time that our defence played a whole season together? Like Tony Adams, Steve Bold, Lee Dixon, Nigel Winterburn. Do you know what I mean? When does that happen at Arsenal? I can't tell you the last time that happened at Arsenal.
Back and stuff like that. You know, we've had to play midfielders at fullback. You know, we've had to have people to rely on and to come in and do a job. Is the other guy? Yeah, you're right. He looks like Lacazette.
Yeah. Delwyn Jones said, Terry and Stan, your thoughts, transfer window might be open late August until late of September. I heard the Premier League say next season fans will see back stadiums and it may happen on phase basis. Like I said, I don't think there's going to be a lot of big transfers this window. I think there might be some clever ones, some clever part exchanges or things like that. But I don't think there's going to be like, you know, who's going to, someone said it earlier, who's going to go out and pay 200 million for Harry Kane this time? Do you know what I mean? Who's got that sort of money with what's just gone on? Do you know what I mean? So I think he'll still be at Tottenham next season. But I think there'll be some crafty part exchange done. And hopefully, like I said, you know, party for Lacazette. I'll definitely go for that, Stan.
I think they're going to have to be creative and crafty with the deals, like you say. You know, because I said it. I think I might have said this to you before. You know, usually in a transfer window, just go back to the 3 defenders we're talking about. Let's look at Socrates. Maybe in a transfer window, you might get a team pop their head up from Turkey or somewhere, and they'll have like a cheeky 15 million, and that they'll offer for Socrates. But there's a lot of clubs out there that might not have that 15 million anymore. Do you know what I mean? So players that we may be looking to get rid of, we might not even get the offers in. And I'm worried that, not worried, but, you know, like Mkhitaryan, for example, we turned down 10 million euros from Roma for him. We should have maybe taken that and got the 200 euros 200 grand a week off the wage bill, you know?
Yeah. I'm just looking at the rankings. Woodley is ranked. You got the champion Usman, and then Woodley is number 1 challenger, and Burns is number 6.
Well, I'm just going to nip to the loo and get another drink before the guys come out.
Yeah, go on, mate. No problems. Jibs has said one of the best players, Archie. He looks like his old self. That was so over 1.5 years ago. Totally agree. Danny's going for Burns to win. Oh, that's controversial, mate, because that's the only one I've seen so far. Lee said Woodley has to win, surely. Dominated Till and think will be too powerful and wrestling too good with the experience. Totally, Lee. Most of us are all going for Woodley, but Danny's going for Gilbert Burns. Aldil, Robin or Bow? Personally, Bow has done it over here, so I would go for Gareth Bow. I know Robin was over here too, but I like Gareth Bow. And also he's an Arsenal supporter. What else we got? Archie said, Jibs, now we probably won't be the same, but when he said that about AFTV, he was a hero. Just to let everyone know that on Monday night, we will have a review the Premier League. We have got someone from, let's see who we've got. We'll have Joe Redman for our Burnley representative, and we will have Addy for our Bournemouth representative, and we will have one more which we're lining up at the moment, and then we'll only have 3 more teams to get done. Our representative to introduce to you the Monday after, before the Premier League starts up again. So that's a great show. Can't wait for that. Looking forward to doing them shows, especially when the football is back, reviewing the Premier League once the games are back at the weekends. So look out for that one on Monday. Obviously, please sign up to Hot Mic and use the code CBS301. That signs you up to our channel over on Hot Mic. It's all free. Don't have to pay anything. It's just a free sign up. And once you sign up on the app, you can sync your app to the TV, and you'll be able to get Claude and the Bansta's commentary through your TV or the laptop, wherever you're listening from. So everyone, please do that. And once you're there, obviously go and give Anfield Agenda a follow after that. Craig and Connor do big things. They've helped us out a lot. Great channel and great guys. So yeah, also give them a follow. We've obviously got the main event coming up in a minute. You're back, Stan?
Yeah, as Adele just said, Stan's letting Messi out of the house. I've had him here from lockdown. I don't know him. I just spoke to him once on Facebook. That was it. I don't know him. We don't hang out like and Zoom each other and stuff.
Oh, let's have a look. The fighters are just walking out now, so this will be get going in 5 minutes. Archie said, Jibs, why do Barcelona, Juve, Atletico, big teams are interested in Bellerin for years? Listen, if we can send him and get some good money for him, I'll be up for it. I'll tell you what, after watching Bayern today, that Pavard at right back, fantastic player. Love to get him as a right back. Scored 2 great goals today. Unlucky not to get his hat trick, but he's a great prospect.
Who was that? Did you say?
Pavard.
Okay.
He had an outstanding game. He looks phenomenal at right back. So I'd take him all day long. Jibs said, Terry, the most underrated Arsenal player you have seen last 2 decades. Most underrated. Let me think. Most underrated. I don't.
Last 2 decades. Wow, decades.
Yeah, 2 decades.
I always thought Ray Parlour was quite underrated, and I thought that he didn't get as much of a look in with the England team that he could have.
Yeah. No, Parlour was a phenomenal player, really, but such a workhorse.
Yeah.
Parlour was. He was such a workhorse, and he didn't get the accolades that he deserved, really, to be honest, because obviously everyone else, you know what I mean, Thierry Henry, Bergkamp, Perez, Vieira, they always got the plaudits, do you know what I mean? But Parlour was such a workhorse. And let's be honest, I mean, that goal against Chelsea in the FA Cup final, and you had Tim Lovejoy. Do you remember Tim Lovejoy when he used to be on Soccer AM doing the commentary? Do you know what I mean? And he went, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's only Ray Parlour. Ray Parlour, he scored." Oh, I mean, that was absolutely phenomenal. So, no, I mean, Ray Parlour was a fantastic player. Do you know what? I really liked Podolski.
Sorry?
I really liked Podolski. And I was really gutted that Arsene Wenger didn't utilise him in his best position, because I think he would have been phenomenal for us. I really loved him for Germany. And he had such a strong left foot. I mean, 10 left foot. So I would probably go for Podolski.
A couple of guys in the box said, and I hear his name mentioned a lot when we talk about underrated players, Gilberto Silva. But you know what? I never felt that he was underrated. To be honest, I really liked him, but I don't think he was underrated. I always felt of him as a good backup for Vieira, and then he kind of took over from Vieira. I think he got, a lot of minutes. But Wiltord is a good shout, because I think he was at the team at the wrong time. You know, he was a forward player, but he's hard to get into the team ahead of Bergkamp and Henry. And at the time, as Wiltord, we also had Canu.
Yep.
As a back forward as well. Do you remember there'd be some games where all four of them would come onto the pitch?
Exactly. That's what I mean. Yeah.
And there's probably a shout to even say that Canu was a little bit underrated. Again, he could probably walk into a lot of other teams in the league at the time, right, and be their main starter.
I mean, that hat-trick against Chelsea was phenomenal. Manu's hat-trick. Phenomenal.
But I tell you who I think is underrated at Arsenal right now. And for me, I think it's Adam Chambers. I think he's really underrated. He can fill in at 4 positions, right? He can play at left back, maybe not really well, but he can play there. Right back, centre back, and DM as well. Yeah,
no, I mean, the same with Olding. Do you know what I mean? Olding's a bit different, but I'm just look. I'm getting very tired and fed up with backing these players, and they're just injury prone. I don't mean it to be horrible or nasty or anything like that, but you know what I mean. We're one of the only teams that I think have got so many injury prone players. Like I just mentioned earlier on. You know what I mean, when was the last time we had a back four that played nearly the whole season? Do you know what I mean? I just don't understand it anymore. Do you know what I mean? You've got Oldham, we've got Chambers, we've got Bellerin, Tierney. I mean, all 4 of them have been out this season.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I just don't know. I just can't understand why we can't get defenders that will play 30 games at least for us a season.
So if everyone's fit, who are you playing at right back? Who would you play next game? My team at the back, my right back at the moment, for me personally, I'd have Maitland-Niles at right back. Yeah, I'd have Maitland-Niles. I just think he's young, he's fitter. If Arteta can knock that chip off his shoulder, and he puts his head down and really, really wants to be in the Arsenal team and make, because really he could make that position his own. I know he doesn't want to play right back, but he could make that his own, isn't it? That's the problem right there. That's the problem right there. He don't want to do it, does he?
Yeah.
I mean, Saka, for example. Saka's been a great example. Saka probably won't play the wing, but as far as Saka's concerned, he can play for Arsenal.
Exactly. No, I totally agree with you. And if let's be honest, who's going to take where's he going to go? Bigger than Arsenal at the moment, Maitland-Niles, and play in midfield and get straight in there.
I'm not quite convinced with Maitland-Niles personally. I don't think he's a defender. He's had a couple of good games there, but I don't think we should be looking at. I don't think he's a defender. You know, you look at Tierney on the other side, and I know we haven't seen a lot of him, right? But Tierney as a fullback, he looks good going both ways, doesn't he? He looks like he can cause problems going forward, but he also looks like he can defend. Whereas Maitland-Niles, I'm not so sure. And the other guy that we've brought in, I don't know nothing about him. The guy that we've got on loan, right? He can't. I bet he can't believe his luck. Suarez, right, from Southampton, kicked a ball for us, right?
I know. Well, both of them haven't they? You know what I mean? That's what I mean. We've got two new signings that we haven't even seen yet. Well, not signings or loan signings or whatever, but two players that we haven't even seen play for Arsenal yet.
So they're talking, right? As we're talking about fullbacks, the story going around is that we're still looking to offer a 5-year deal for Layvin Kurzawa from PSG on a free. And but first of all, I was like, do we really need that? But you know, we got Kolasinac on a free. So if we can bring him in and we get rid of Kolasinac for say 20-25 million euros.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd mind that. What about you?
No, I would go for that, mate. Yeah, definitely. Why not? You know what I mean? Gio said, Terry, we need a right back at Milan. We are linked to Maitland-Niles. What do you think his price tag would be? Look, he's really young at the moment. You know what I mean? You can you can still mould him into a player that you want him to be for any manager. Do you know what I mean? That's what I mean. If you can knock the chip off of his shoulder, tell him to get his head down, he could be he's still got like 10, 12 years ahead of him. Yeah. So, you know, if you did buy him, you could get him for, I'd say, 25 million, because obviously he's a young prospect still. And if you can get him for that, you'll be doing well, mate. I'm telling you, I really will. And a little part of me would be gutted, because I do think there is a player in there. Here we go, boys. Here's the main event. It's just about to start. Woodley looks spot on here. Here we go. Just about to touch gloves. Flo's in the house. How you doing, Flo? Hope you well. All the way from down under. Exactly. One Arsene Wenger, Sam. Watch Ainsley Maitland and I'll become the next Gnabry. I can see that happening. I really can. "30 seconds gone. They're just testing each other out here at the moment.
They've not started here yet. Just about to start.
Oh, Woodley's down. Woodley's down. Burns has got him down. Oh, Woodley's got full man. Burns got full man on Woodley here. This is quite dangerous. Oh, he's got his back. Woodley's in a bad situation here, guys. Danny just signed up to Hot Mike. Thank you very much, mate. Really appreciate it. Flo says, very good, lads. How was the watch along for the Bayern game? Really good, Flo. Really good, mate. It was a good game. And like I said to Stan just a minute ago, five great goals. And Pavard, the right back, got 2 of them. He should have got an hat-trick. And I'd love for us to go and try and have a bid for him. But it'd be a lot of money, I think. Just saying that.
Terry?
Sorry, mate?
Did Dortmund play today?
They're playing tomorrow, mate. Woodley's cut here. Woodley's cut on the floor. I can't see where he's cut. I think it might be above his left eye. It looks like he's bleeding quite bad and all.
Archie says in the box that Woodley's career is on the line. Is that right? Is this like a...
Well, I don't think he'll get another big chance, if you know what I mean. That's for sure. He's number 1 at the moment. He needs to win this to...
He's cut bad, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of claret.
Woodley's just holding on at the bottom here, but you can see this is going to be a slippery fight now with all that blood.
Got his blood all over him now. Oof, he put his elbow. Oh, his elbow in him, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Burns is still in full man position here. Woodley's in a really bad position. He just can't get. Oh, Woodley's got. He's turned it around. He's turned it around. He's got out. He's up on his feet now.
You'd think as well on the stream, right, that I'd be ahead of you because I'm closer to Vegas than you are.
It's mad, isn't it, really, when you think about it? Archie said, Dana hates Woodley. This is his comeback fight.
Dana White owns the promotion, is that right? He's like the head guy.
Yeah, there's a couple of them that own the UFC, but he's one of the owners, yeah.
So is this what Joe Rogan used to actually do? He used to participate in this.
What's that?
Joe Rogan. You know, the guy, the podcast guy.
Yeah.
He used to do this.
Yeah, he used to do comment. Well, he did some sort of fighting, yeah, but he commentates mainly on UFC. On the big event.
It wasn't a fighter then.
Do you know what? I don't remember seeing him actually fight. Joe Rogan.
Oof.
Oh, what a good punch there by Burns. He's got a big cut above his left eye. It's open, over, really big cut. Woodley. It doesn't seem to be bleeding anymore. Oh, look at that. Right on his eyebrow. Wow.
Last 25 seconds here. Do they stop for cuts and stuff? They do, don't they?
No.
They don't.
No, they carry on. They carry on in here.
All right.
Terry, Joe Rogan, still. Yeah, that's what I said. He does the big fight, the pay-per-view ones. Yeah.
I thought he was a fighter, and I was going to ask if he was any good. That's what I thought his background was. That's a nasty cut, isn't it? That's nasty.
Cut. But yeah, but they won't stop that. It was a right-hander that put him on the floor. Oh, two right-handers to the head and put him on the floor. Oh, another great. We're just showing the highlights. It's a great punch there from Burns. You can tell by the stats there who won that first round. Exactly, Archer. You're right. In boxing, the fight would have been stopped.
Yeah.
Without a shadow of doubt.
I just started again.
Yeah, 30 seconds in. Oh, Woodley went for a couple left and a right hook there, but missed. Yes, Flo, we did, mate. Like we said, you know, it's we can't control that, mate, unfortunately. But, you know, there's all love from our end, no hate. But, you know, you can't control what other people do, unfortunately. All we can do is just appreciate and give the love back to all the comments that we got and Claude got, all the love in the comments, and just send it to Claude's way. And that's it. That's about that, mate. Gio said, Terry, let's make the deal for making the Niles for 25 million. Look, I think that'd be a steal for you, mate. I really do. I really do think that'd be a steal. And I would, a little part of me, like I said, would be gutted, because I do think there's a player in there and he could turn out to be like a Gnabry.
I think Gio's under the impression that you can actually sign that deal off, Terry.
Listen, if I could sign that deal off, there's a few other players I get signed off first, believe me.
So have you been watching the Arsenal Legends videos that have been released each week on the Arsenal YouTube channel, Terry?
I haven't, mate. I know you have. Give us some insight in it, mate. Oh, hold up. What's going on here? He's great. He's grabbed Woodley and he's put him on the floor again. Burns, sorry. Stan, go on, mate.
I'm sure everybody in the chat box knows, but it seems to be every Friday now, the Arsenal YouTube channel is releasing a Legends video. And so far we've had Thierry Henry, Dennis Bergkamp, Lee Dixon, Martin Keown, and then the one last Friday was Nigel Winterburns. Right. And they're interesting. They're good. So, if you're not subscribing to the Arsenal YouTube channel, you should definitely for that and subscribe to the bell, because every week these videos seem to be coming out. And it's just interesting to see who they're going to choose for this week's.
Who would you like it to be, Stan?
Sorry?
Who would you like it to be?
I'd like to see Ray Parlour, actually.
Yeah.
Ian Wright, I'm surprised I haven't done him yet, but I've kind of seen a lot about Ian Wright. Ian Wright.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's out there a lot. Players like, the Lee Dixon one and the Martin Keown one, I thought was really good. Martin Keown comes across as the sort of guy that I think he'd make a really good manager. He comes across like the sort of guy that if he was your manager, you'd want to do well for him. He's a very earnest guy, and he's got a good way of he's got a really good mentality. If you watch the video, he's got a real they all have, Dixon, and it's something that we're missing. Yeah. Dixon, Keown, Winterburn, just the way that they talk about their mentality,
Exactly.
Something that we're a little bit lacking, I think. I don't know.
Flo says, here's one for you, Gio. Flo says, if AC Milan get Ragnick as manager, they will go hard for Upamecano, Gio.
Well, he's a centre-back that I would love to see at Arsenal, is Upamecano. I'd love to see him playing at Arsenal.
I'd love to see him next to Saliba. And then, obviously, if you've got Tierney, who can stay fit. And like I said, for me, I'd put Maitland-Niles at right back for the minute, because there's a lot of other players and a lot of other positions that we need more sorted out. And that can stay fit all season. That will be a great defence for me.
Yeah, do you think they'll do a Nicholas Bentner Legends documentary?
That's the second round done. Woodley still was... He got back into that round in the second half of that round, really. But still, Burns is looking very good in this fight. Scalacci interview. What about Park Chan Yo? Was that his name? Yun, who never kicked a ball for us. Would you like to see his one?
I saw him play. Wellington Silva. That was another one. Do you remember
that was another one, yeah. Jib said, Stan Terry, where do you see Maitland-Niles' position in the long term? Midfield or right back? He needs to make a mark on one position. Like I said, Jibs, I really think that he can make the right back position his own. I don't think he's going to get anywhere in our midfield whatsoever. Not saying that he can't, because Xhaka is crap. All the others are crap, apart from Torreira, to be honest. But for me, I don't think he's strong enough to be in midfield. So I'd get hold of him with Arteta, try and knock that chip off his shoulder and say, look, you're playing for Arsenal. This is a massive club here, and you can make that your position for a lot of years. And if he does that and gets his head down, he could be in our side for 5-6 years in my eyes. Why not? Why not do it, Stan?
Well, you got a player like Ainsley Maitland-Niles who's come all the way through your academy, yet the manager would rather play loan players ahead of him. You'd think that if a manager's got a choice, you've got a guy on loan, Danny Ceballos, who may not be around for the long term, and they've got a young prospect coming through the academy, you'd think that you'd put a lot more effort into your homegrown guy, but he doesn't seem to get anywhere near the team. And I've never seen Ainsley. I think I've only seen Ainsley Maitland-Niles play in the midfield once, and he didn't really stand out. So I can't really judge him in the midfield. But the manager doesn't seem to want to try him there.
No, exactly.
So,
Well, I mean, how old is he? He's what, 22, 23? Not even that, is he?
I think he might be a little bit younger than that as well, Terry. You know, I think he might be 20. Yeah, 20, 21. He's young, isn't he?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? You know, listen, I understand, you know, where the Arsenal, he should be, you know what I mean? What a good punch there from Burns.
And you always want to see your young lads that that have come through your academy, you always want to see them do well.
Yeah. No, exactly. That's what I mean. I think if we can, I know I keep saying it, but knock the chip off of his bloody shoulders, tell him to get his head down, and then he would be able to cement that right back position. I'm telling you, he would. You know, sometimes you need a manager. Oh, Burns again. He's looking really good here. Like, you know what I mean? Imagine like a Terry Venables or a Harry Redknapp type manager, you know, them sort of managers that put their arm around them players. I think Ainsley Maitland-Niles is like a player like that, to be honest. You know, he needs to be coached. And
he's been playing the club a long time now. It's not like he's a player that we've bought in, you know, and he doesn't know anyone. You know, like a Nicolas Anelka. They come into the club, they don't mix very well. They're withdrawn. You know, every time they go in the canteen, they sit at a table by themselves. They're scared to sort of like mix. He's been at the club since he was a kid. He should be comfortable, right? Do you know what I mean? And he should understand what's required.
No, exactly. I totally agree with that. You know what I mean? Like I said, look, I'm not saying we're going to give him a load of chances. For me, he's on his last chance for me. Do you know what I mean? And if he doesn't get,
why would you spend all of your time as a young lad at Arsenal, you know, working your way up through the ranks, and then you finally get your opportunity in the first team, which is obviously your goal, and then you just fuck it up by turning up late and having fights with other players when you go away on duty, like to places like Dubai? It doesn't make any sense at all. No, that's immaturity for me. That's a sign of immaturity. You know, he obviously doesn't realise what's been handed to him.
No, exactly. You're totally right there, Stan. Derwin, he said, Terry, I understand you're fed up Arsenal defence, but you must get fantastic centre-backs. Like us, we signed Boss centre-back, Van Dijk and Robinson left-back, and Addison goalkeeper. And look, now we changed our club. Exactly what we're just saying. If we can get up on Meccano, who's a fantastic centre-back, Saliba looks a fantastic prospect of what I've seen of him. Obviously, he's still young. Yes, he's, you know what I mean, he's got to come in and see how he hits the ground running, but he looks a great prospect. And if you've got someone like with the experience of Upamecano next to him, Tierney at left back, and like I said, Maitland-Niles at the moment I'd have as my right back, that puts us in good stead, mate. If you know, for the next season, because we ain't going to go out and buy a load of players. That's what I mean. So I'd have Bellerin as our backup at the moment, me personally, and Maitland-Niles as our right back, and try and get Partey in straight swap with Lacazette. And if we can get up on Meccano, that would be great. If we can just get them two players at least, that gives us a bit of spine. Stan.
I'd wager a couple of quid that the Upamecano thing's not going to happen, and they're going to stick with Pablo Mari, personally. Because that'd be so Arsenal. They've got him in there already. You know, he's already at the club. You know, a deal probably can be done. And, you know, if he's settling in and he's getting on with the players, I probably think, well, we may as well just keep him. He's already years. I could see it happening. I would love Upamecano, right? And I knew he's one of those players that, I mean, I don't know nothing about William Saliba until we got linked with him. I knew nothing about him. I don't watch his team play.
Yeah.
But he comes with a good reputation. Upamecano, on the other hand, I was aware of him for like a few years ago. I mean, and I'm talking about FIFA, but he's been getting into my FIFA squad for the last like 3 games because I was aware of him, right? And I'd love to see him come in at Arsenal, but we've got someone like that Pablo Mari in there. It's to be so Arsenal to like go for the easier option. He's here now. He seems to be settled in. Do you know what I mean? Let's just do that. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
Just before I read Gio's question out, he's put this is going into the 4th round now.
How many rounds is this then? Is it 5 rounds?
5 rounds because it's a top fight, basically.
Oh, right, I see.
4th round, yeah. And at the moment, obviously, it's Burns that's winning his hands down at the minute. Woodley needs to pull something out of the bag in these next 2 rounds. Otherwise, it's game, set, a match. Gio said, Terry, you see the price PSG is willing to pay for Bansta's sorry, my throat is going now. Bansta, one of your old young talents, they want to pay 35 to 40 million, Stan.
I remember. I can't remember how you pronounce it. Is it Banasta? I remember that name at Arsenal as a young lad.
Yeah.
Where? I wonder where he is now. Then, where were PSG buying him from? Where did he go?
Oh, excuse me. Sorry, my throat was
It seems the ones that we've let go. I mean, obviously Gnabry is doing very well, right? And then there's another one called who plays in the Eredivisie in the Netherlands, Donel Malen.
Yeah.
Over there, he's tearing it up as well, and he was on our books.
Yeah.
I always felt that we could have maybe done a little bit more of Joel Campbell as well. I'm not saying for now in the team now to move us forward, but at that particular time, I felt that he could have got into the squad a little bit more. And every time he played, he looked like a hard worker to me. Joel Campbell. Don't know what you thought about him, Terry.
Sorry, say that again, mate.
Joel Campbell.
Oh, Joel Campbell. I you know, when I was seeing him in the World Cup and we bought him, I thought he was fantastic. But again, another one like Podolski and, well, let's be honest, most players that played under Wenger, he played him out of position. Didn't really give him a chance to shine. And he done that quite often, Wenger. And that, I mean, come on. How frustrating would you be when you've just had a fantastic World Cup, we've just gone and bought him, and yet he didn't even play him in his right position? He was a great prospect for me.
Lads are saying that Banasta plays at Milan.
Yeah, Milan. He plays that. Flo said,
he's gone to good things, right? It's not like he went down a division or anything like that.
No. But again, another one that's got away from us, Stan.
What about the other one? Jeff, remember the Jeff? Jeff Ren Adelaide.
Adelaide, yeah. He still didn't hit the heights, though, did he?
But I think he's doing okay where he is now as well. I can't remember where he is. I think he might be in France, but last I heard he was doing okay there as well.
Yeah.
We have a little bit of a history about that because I always go back to, this is going back a long way now. Andy Cole.
Oh, bloody hell.
He was an Arsenal player. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. As I understand it, we had a couple of young strikers on the books, right? Andy Cole and Kevin Campbell, and the club decided that they'd move on Andy Cole. Yeah. Andy Cole came through our youth system.
Yeah, exactly. Another one was Anelka.
Yeah.
I know we got a lot of money for him, but I think if he what a punch there from Burns. He put Woodley down on the floor, but he's got straight back up. Great punch. Anelka, I know we got, we only bought him for $500,000 and sold him for about 23 million. But for me, I think if he would have stayed at Arsenal, he could have been another legend.
Yeah, oh, for sure. I mean, the talent on that kid. But again, what I was saying earlier about personalities, I remember reading one of our ex-players. It might have been a Tony Adams book or a Paul Merson book, but what they were saying is that there was one game an away game, and they all sat on the coach, and they couldn't find Nicholas. And basically, Arsene Wenger had to get off the coach and coax Nicholas Anelka to get onto the coach because he was just so withdrawn. And when he finally talked him into getting on the coach, he said that he got on the coach, he had his headphones on, he had his head down, and he went on, sat on his own. And for the whole journey, wherever they were going, he just sat there with his head down. You know, wouldn't make eye contact with anyone. Not because he didn't like anyone. He was just so withdrawn, you know, introverted. He goes, but in the actual game, I think he scored 2 goals. Went on to score 2 goals. But he just found it hard to mix. And his brothers were the ones that instigated the move away. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got a good deal, though, so a very good deal.
Oh, we got a great deal, but, you know. Oh, Burns has got him in a headlock here. Oh, this is going to be over. This is going to be over. He's got it in. Has he got it in deep? Yeah. This is trying his hardest to get out of it. Oh, just as the bell went. That was unlucky. His cuts reopened again. This is, I mean, we've got one more round. Woodley's he's over now. Burns has battered him in every round. You're right, Archie. Aldo said Joel Campbell equals the Costa Rican Andros Townsend. I mean, but the players do. I mean, I see what Flo said there. I mean, the amount of Wenger wasted a lot of great talent. Podolski, Arshaban, Campbell, Vela. You're right, Flo. You're right, mate.
I don't know so much about Vela. He did kind of get his chance, I felt, but definitely Arshavin, I felt, was sometimes played out of position.
Yeah,
playing out on the left and that instead of like having him like maybe near the front as a full striker or behind a striker or something like that.
Yeah,
he started off so well, didn't he? I mean, that Liverpool game, bloody hell, 4 goals.
Gio said. Rene Adelaide went to Angers and then sold to Lyon for 30 million in 1 year. Wow.
Well, there you go. How much did we sell him for?
Probably 2 million. Not even that. Ridiculous. I mean, look, Gio, what you just said there. That's because it's all over.
that's not how a self-sustaining model should be operating.
No, exactly. and that's what I mean, you know. Delwyn Jones said, we sell all Deadwood players, Terry. We only got Lovren left. Not a huge fan of him, to be honest. He's similar player to Mustafi to me. But next summer, I do see some big Italian clubs will offer Lovren. Hopefully, you get rid of him, mate, and you've got a great squad there, to be fair. And let's hope you don't stand still like Wenger does, do you know what I mean? Because you have got a great squad, but you still need to freshen it up next season. Do you know what I mean? You've done phenomenal this season. You're going to win the league, and rightly so. But the one thing that I hate is when managers don't go out and freshen the team up.
I think Klopp's going
to Ferguson. You know what I mean? He'd always go out and just get that one signing that will push the team on to win it again.
I can't see Klopp standing still. They're definitely going to make some moves. They're going to bring in a couple of players, and there'll be good ones as well. Maybe someone like a Timo Werner or someone like that. They're gonna make a move, I think.
You know, Flo, you know how much I do like Arteta, and you know how much I can't stand Xhaka. But listen, if Arteta gives him another contract, that'd be one of his failings for me.
Yeah.
We need to sell him. He's not good enough for us. Just like 6 or 7 other Arsenal players, we need to get rid of them, and that's it. And like Aldo says, he's a snail.
I'm just the day you wake up in the morning, Terry, and you click onto Twitter and you see it. Xhaka pens new 5-year deal extension.
Oh, Stan, please don't. That's a nightmare. I don't want to wake up from that. Gio said, Terry, Emery, Rene Adelaide, he was a surplus. He went on a free. He did an interview. Went on the free.
Jesus. Self-sustaining model.
Sake. Went on a free, and then what, they sold him for 30 million.
Yeah. Within a season.
Ridiculous. Absolute ridiculous. Listen, what I can say to you, Gio, is you need to get your fans together and get bloody Gazidis out, mate. Otherwise, that'll happen to you, unfortunately.
So let me ask you, right? If they can't get Saka to sign a new contract, does somebody like Raul Senieli, do they have to go? If they can't do that, if they fail to do that, does he have to go?
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. If you can't get a player, I mean, one of our 18, 19?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, let's be honest, he should never have got to this situation in the first place. When he signed his professional contract, we should have signed him for 5 or 6 year deal anyway, like most clubs do. Why do we only give these youngsters who look like great prospects like a 1 or 2 year contract to see how it's going to turn out?
Yeah.
Why? You put them on a 6 year deal, you know what I mean, for a little bit lower price, wages wise, and then hopefully you can up their wages anyway by the appearances and how well they do in the team. And if not, then send them on. Flo says, aha, Stan, if that happens, Terry will personally pay Arteta a visit. Definitely, Flo. Definitely, mate.
But you'll have to have a go at him from 2 meters away.
Robert said, Woodley is boring. Oh, God. Yeah, no, I ain't going to say that one, mate. Gio, Terry, Claude said that Gazidis would end up with a cut-off horse head if he didn't improve Milan. Yeah, to see that. Yeah. 15 seconds away here from 5 rounds being over, and this is Burns. Burns has got the win all day long.
What do you make of this fight then, Terry? It's not what I thought it would be. It's a bit slow, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's been a bit slow, mate. Burns has done everything he needed to do. Being ranked 6th and Woodley in number 1. Burns absolutely annihilated him, to be honest.
Yeah.
Give him a big cut on the left eye.
He looks a little bit like Sanchez sometimes, to me. So,
Yeah.
like Sanchez v Lacazette here, isn't it?
We've just gone for a break. Where's Glenn, boys? He is a laugh. He is a laugh, Flo. He was supposed to be joining us, but unfortunately he couldn't. He's a boy. He was going to try and put his boy to bed and then come on, but obviously he has other things to do, mate. Hopefully he'll be on next week. We'll be doing this again next week. Got a big fight next week, the UFC. Let's get it up. Events. And here it is. We'll be doing this next, early hours Sunday morning. We've got who's in the prelims. Let's have a look at the fight beforehand. We've got Charles Bird versus Markey, Cody against Brian, Ian against Gerard, Alex against Chase in the prelims. And in the main card, we have Eddie Wyland versus Sean O'Malley, Neil versus Anthony Rocco, Sterling versus Corey, Raphael versus Cody, and then the main event, the champion, Amanda Nunes versus Felicia Spencer. So we'll be doing a live watch along for that. Stan, I think you're going to join us again, yeah?
Yeah, Felicia Spencer's from Canada. So, yeah, I want to see how the Canadian gets on. Is that a championship fight?
That's a championship, yeah. That's for the belt, mate. That's for the belt.
Okay.
So Burns has just been announced the winner of that fight. Boring one, really.
Yeah, it was.
And, yeah, so obviously we'll be doing a live watch along next week again for the UFC 250. Nunes against Spencer, like we just said. We've been going for 2 hours and 45 minutes. What's the time now? Give it 10 minutes of any questions you want to ask us before we go off, Stan, if you've got 10 minutes.
Yeah, of course.
So let's get that off. Anyone that wants any ask what we got here? Gio, Terry, do you think the balloons will give Lacazette superpowers just like that white powder gave Maradona his superpower? I hope it does, mate. I hope it does. Who knows? Who knows?
He needs something, doesn't he, to help him?
And that white powder helped Maradona's right arm, didn't it? It raised him to handball. What else we got? Anyone got any questions before we go in the chat? Right, here we go. Aldo, would you fight Wenger if it meant Arsenal winning the league?
I'd fight Colin McGregor if it meant Arsenal winning the league.
There we go. I'll tell you what, I'm going to tweet that out, Stan. Terry, do you think the balloons will give... Oh, well, just read that one. Sorry, mate. Right, let me ask you a question, Stan.
Yeah, go on.
Football's going to be back. Obviously, you know, it's going to be like a new season. Can it be possible? Can it be possible for Liverpool to not win this league?
It's possible. Because the teams, like you say, it's like the start of a new season. It's possible, but highly let me answer it this way. It's possible, but highly unlikely. It is possible that they could maybe, for whatever reason, just come back and not be able to, you know, put anything together. But it's a very good team, and I would say it would be highly unlikely. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Highly unlikely.
No, exactly. I mean, come on.
They've got to win 2 games, right?
Yeah, 2 games, yeah.
Highly unlikely because they're a good team. It's not like they were like, you know, they weren't like they were punching above their weight in that position. And then we've had to stop and they could lose their momentum. They're a good team. So, yeah.
So, if you had someone like a Kevin Keegan saying, I love it. If Liverpool didn't win them 2 games, you know what I mean, to win the league, you don't think it would happen. No one can catch them up.
It's highly unlikely, isn't it? But, I mean, you know,
exactly.
You do never know. It's not impossible, but I mean, if that was to happen, I mean, could you imagine the scenes?
Oh, can you? That would be one of the biggest upsets of all time, wouldn't it? The Premier League.
Look at the scenes when Gerrard had his slip.
Oh wow.
So if they can't put it in the bag when we resume, then you know.
No, exactly. Gio said Arsenal will get top 4, no cap. Listen, Gio, I hope we do, mate. I really do. What else? Who do you think is going to be the biggest surprise next season?
What team?
Yeah.
Could be us.
Yeah.
And the reason I say it could be us, I don't want to sound arrogant or I'm being biased. I think that we've been really playing below what we could. You know, if you look at the first part of the season under Unai Emery, it may not be the best team that we've had in a while, but they were definitely underachieving.
Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, we managed to get ourselves to a Europa Cup final, and we couldn't finish it off. So maybe if we do get a couple of key signings, and it's only going to probably maybe take 3 players, 4 maybe, in some key areas, we could be a big surprise next season.
Exactly, like I said, you know.
Where are we in the league now?
We're 9th. I think we're 9th, but if we win our game in hand, then obviously we go up to about 6th. We'll go up to about 6th, but we'll be, I think, 2 points behind United.
When was the last time that we were languishing at that number? Do you know what I mean? So next season we could be the ones. that are surprising people?
I'm just getting it up now. Here we go. Let's bring it up. Let's get rid of that. Share screen. And there we go. We've got so we're in 9th place, but if we did manage to win that game in hand, we could go into 8th, 7th, or 6th place on the same points as Wolves and Sheffield United, 2 points behind United.
Yeah. I like it that we're playing City now, because it's like once we get back to football, it's like once we play this first game, we're gonna know what the deal is, aren't we? We're gonna have a really good idea of how it's gonna go. If we can come out of that game with our heads held high, even if we get a draw, like a 2-2 draw, and we manage to compete, then that's gonna give everybody. It's gonna give the fan base hope. It's gonna give the players hope, right?
Exactly.
And it's not like the first game is against someone low down the table. And I don't want to pick a team out. Someone low down the table, and it's like, well, we should win it. It's a test, and I like it that it's a test.
Yeah, Gio said, Terry and Stan, why do you think Saka is stalling on signing a new contract? He plays regularly. What more do you think he wants? To be honest, Gio, I think he's already signed. I've already said this. I think he signed, just like Aubameyang signed. I think they both will be in next season. But you know what Arsenal's like. For me, we'll probably announce them to signing a new contract on deadline day of the last window. That's just the way Arsenal operate. I don't know about you, Stan.
I'm going to play devil's advocate here, right? This is one of the reasons why I think could be an outside possibility of why Saka's not signed his contract. When everything happened with like the virus and everything stopped, right? And then there was all of the pay cut, all of this sort of stuff, right? When all of that was happening, we were told that Mesut Ozil and 2 other players were reluctant to go along with it. But there was also this story that there was some players that went along with it, but they didn't really want to. They kind of felt that they had to go along with it. Maybe some of those were our younger players, and it could be like Saka. When they started to have the negotiations with the club about accepting the pay cut, the stories that I heard was that the players' financial representatives, their agents, they weren't allowed in on these discussions. Do you know what I mean? And you may have, we spoke about Nicolas Anelka just a few moments ago, and he left us because of people whispering in his ear. How do we know that he hasn't got a representative that's going, look, do you honestly think that maybe these guys have your best interest at heart? They wouldn't even let me in on the meetings when we were talking about taking pay cuts and stuff. I can probably get you a deal here or a deal there. I'm just throwing it out there. You don't know whether Saka was one of those that felt a little bit pressured into what was going on, and maybe he's got someone in his ear that's maybe telling him that he could be better off somewhere else, because he's a young guy, and when you're young, you can be easily influenced.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, mate. I totally agree with you.
I mean, if it was you or I or anybody else, I'm sure in the chat box that was playing for our team, and we'd been there as a kid, right? We're working our way up. Tony Adams said that, when it was time to sign contracts, he basically just went in and signed them.
Yeah, didn't even look at it. And
usually, the usual excuse is, I've not signed it yet. I'm just concentrating on the next game. We're going to wait until the next break. Well, there's been no football. Everybody's had plenty of time to Zoom each other or WhatsApp each other and talk. Why hasn't the deal been done? And surely, if the deal has been done, Arsenal would want to announce it straight away, just to make us feel all nice. We've had no football. We all sit in the books. We don't know what's going on.
When was the last time Arsenal done that, Stan? When was the last time they done that? You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. They always leave us right to the end, unfortunately. Derwin Jones has said, Timo Werner is on target next summer. I don't think he will replace Lovren. I'll be more happy give young players opportunity and willing to learn their best. Newcastle new owners will be scary for Arsenal.
So Delwyn's a Liverpool supporter, and I'd like to ask Delwyn, as he supports Liverpool, how do the Liverpool fans view Origi? Because for me as an outsider looking in, You know, when I've watched some Liverpool games, and I've watched quite a few, he looks like he doesn't get a lot of starts, but when he comes off the bench, he always seems to provide and do the business. And I did notice this season, you know, because he finished the season so well last year, that he had started a few games this season, and I just wondered what the Liverpool fans felt of Davok Origi, if they rate him, whether they'd like to see him play more, whether they're happy to him to be like a B player. There you go. Because I quite like the look of him. What do you think about Origi, Terry?
I don't know.
Okay, here's a question. I just thought of one. Origi or Lacazette? Who would you like? Who would you prefer?
I would stick with Lacazette, to be honest. Personally, I don't know. I just think Origi is one of them players that is probably just a good player that comes off the bench, if you know what I mean. He comes off the bench. Do you remember Ole Gunnar Solskjaer used to do that?
Yeah.
A lot at the beginning of his career, especially at United. You know what I mean? He was such a great player to bring off the bench.
Remember Ronnie Rosenthal at Tottenham? Another one.
Yeah, another one. Do you know what I mean? You don't really see that often nowadays. Do you know what I mean? He's one of them players that you can use him off the bench, and he gets some important goals. Don't get me wrong, but
you say that,
he do that week in, week out?
Would you say that he was kind of like you know how we used to use Oliver Giroud sometimes? And for me, I always would have liked Oliver Giroud to have stayed around if he would have been happy to have been a plan B. Because I thought Giroud was a good plan B. If you play your regular game, if it ain't working out, you can throw Giroud on, and the game would change the whole style that we would play, and it would maybe catch the other team off guard. He could score. He used to be very good at assisting, but he's not necessarily exactly like a Welbeck type of player. He's not the guy that you want to see starting every single week.
Exactly.
I was quite fond of Danny Welbeck, and I have to say, when we originally signed him from Man United, I wasn't pleased about it. You know, I kind of felt like we were getting our competitors off cast, a little bit like the Willian deal that people have been talking about. But I have to say, and obviously as well, he was coming from the enemy, Man United and Arsenal, the rivalry. But I have to say that Danny Welbeck, he really earned a place in my heart. He earned it, because I didn't like him when we bought him. I thought, what the fuck are we doing? And I really felt that he I was like, really? Is this where we're going? I quite like Danny Welbeck, and it's only a shame that his injuries kind of held him back, because there was a player in there and he was a hard worker. What do you reckon?
Yeah, no, I did like him. Once again, he was another good player to come off the bench. He's got some cracking goals for us off the bench and all. I just don't think he could do it in a full game. You know what I mean? Like, he's not your main guy to go, like your go-to guy that you look for every game to get you out of situations. You know what I mean? Like Thierry Henry or Dennis Bergkamp or an Aguero. Do you know what I mean? He's not one of them guys.
And the annoying thing about Danny Welbeck as well, he could actually get himself into goal-scoring positions. That was the annoying thing. He could get himself into goal-scoring positions, but he would fluff his lines more than he would put it away. Because if he had tucked away more of the chances that he got, then he would have got more minutes for sure.
Yeah. Yes, Terry, you have not slept yet. I just woke up and it's like I've been here forever. Sorry, my voice is probably droning you out and you're probably getting annoyed with me now. I'm only going to do another 5 minutes. My throat is going now. I have had a couple of hours. I got a couple of hours in just before the fight started. So I still need another good 5-6 hours, but we'll get that in. Gio said, Terry and Stan, what's your realistic signings in the summer? I've said it quite a lot, Gio. For me, I would part exchange Lacazette, no money involved, straight swap for Lacazette and Partey. So then we've got Partey in the middle. I would sell Mustafi. I would sell Socrates. I would sell Mkhitaryan, El Nini, Shaka. So that's 5 players there off the top of my head who I would sell straight away. If I could get 50, 60 million for them 5 players, we would be laughing. Probably have a 50 or 60 million war chest, as they say, from Stan. So you're looking at 120 million there. So if you could get that, realistically, I would try and get Upamecano and Maddison from Leicester. And if we can get that, I mean, my team, I would love to see the team with them 3 players next season. Leno in goal, Tierney left back, Upamecano, Saliba and Maitland-Niles at right back. I'd have Torreira and Partey in the middle. I'd have Maddison just in front of them, Pepe on the right. You've got a choice of Saka and Martinelli on the left with Aubameyang up front. That is what I'd like to see us next season. That's only 2 signings plus a part exchange. That's a realistic target, I think, that we can go for. If we can get them players, it's a different matter. But if we could, I think we'd be easily in top 4 next season. Stan?
If I had my way, and I'm trying to be realistic about it, and I'm thinking about buyout clauses and obviously some of the players that we could move on to bring money in, then I'd like to see Upamecano coming in as another centre-back. I think he's got a big future ahead of him as well. He's the right age as well that we could really sort of like do something with. The one player that I think is vital is someone in the midfield. If I was only going to take one, as much as I want Upamecano, I think without having someone like a Partey in there in the midfield, I think you could bring anyone else in the defence. Without someone like him in the midfield, they're going to be overexposed. And I think that some of the defenders that haven't worked out at Arsenal haven't worked out because of the midfield that they've had in front of them. Yeah. After Vieira, Gilberto Silva, we never really done enough to get someone or 2 players in there that can scream. If I'm building up a spine, so it's Upamecano, Partey, the midfielder that I'd like to be in, the flair player that I would really like to see, like where you've gone for, was it Fraser that you like, yeah?
No, I don't know Fraser.
Madison.
Yeah, Maddison.
The one that I like Donny van der Beek from Ajax. Yeah, he's solid. He's got solid numbers, and he looks like, if you look at his numbers, he scores goals and he also puts in assists, and his numbers seem to be getting better each season. And again, he's a good age, someone that could be at Arsenal for the next like 6-7 years or so. But the other one that I would go for at the tip of the spear, if we was to maybe move on Lacazette, and whether that would be used as a make weight for someone like Partey or whatever, I think that if Lacazette went, there'd be a hole there. And I would like to see us bring in Odesson Edouard from Celtic. And I've been talking about him for a while now, because the pub that we go to watch the games here in Vancouver, we share the pub with the Celtic Supporters Club. And sometimes when I've been in there watching the Europa League games, they're playing at the same time, and he scores a lot. He's a really good player. He's got a very Henry style about some of the goals that I've seen. And like the Celtic guys that drink up there, they all rate him. And they used to really, they rate him. They said that he's probably the best forward that they've had since Henrik Larsson. And you know what he was like?
Right. Yeah. He was fantastic. Yeah.
And even the Dembele that they had, that they sold to Lyon, who's done really well. I asked them, I said, like, so out of Dembele and Edouard, they said, yeah, Edouard is the better talent. Yeah. And I think he'd be gettable. I think for someone like him coming from Celtic to Arsenal, he would deem it as a step up. Yeah,
no, I totally agree with you. I'm just going to finish it on this, Stan. Delwyn Jones has got back, the Liverpool fan. He said he's a legend at our club, Stan. He scores important goals against Spurs and Newcastle, etc. But he isn't like Mane or Salah. He is good enough play striker. He's been playing more winner for some reason, not as good.
David Origi, yeah.
Yeah. So thanks for getting back to us, Delwyn. Appreciate that, mate. Just want to going to finish it there. We've gone over 3 hours now. I want to thank everyone who come and supported us tonight and watched the live watch along. in the chat. You've been amazing. Thank you very much. We will be back next week. Me, Stan, hopefully Glenn, maybe Flo if he wants to jump on again next week. We'll see. I just want to, like I said, thank everyone in the chat. I really do support. So I'm losing my words now. I'm tired. So yeah, just want to say much love to everyone in the chat. Stan, thanks for coming on again, mate. Really appreciate it.
Mate, listen, thanks for coming on. And I might start calling you Bagpuss from now on. Do you remember Bagpuss?
Yeah, I remember Bagpuss, mate.
Sleep. Everyone else goes to sleep. But seriously, thanks to everyone in the chat for coming along with us on the UFC. And listen, Terry, mate, thanks for staying up tonight and for having me on. Well done, mate.
Yeah, I love coming on with you, Stan, and it's great having your opinions on. We've known each other for a long time now, and this friendship is just blossoming every time we come on, mate. Flo said, boys, well done. Good show, Terry. This is for Claude, mate. Tell him Flo shouts you out a Foster's beer with this donation. Will do, Flo. He's in a bit of a bad way at the moment after what's happened with a couple of things that's happened today along the way that don't help. But everyone, thank you for all your support, all your love in the comments. We really do appreciate it. I know Claude does. He said about the comments all day what you gave him. He appreciates it. He really does. And when he's back, he'll let you know that, honestly. So big everyone up, big yourself up in the chat. I'm off to get some good, well-earned sleep.
Yeah.
Stan, you're probably, what's the time over there?
Yeah, it's just 9 o'clock here. So me and the missus are going to settle down for some Netflix.
Excellent. I hope you enjoy that. Tell the missus, sorry that I've kept you for so long.
No worries, mate.
And see everyone again soon. Thanks a lot. Speak soon, mate.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.